Put the boom on it. What's up, everybody? This is DTM Delta Tango Mike, and we're live. It's here. It's happening. We are getting ready to talk about art, illustration, iPad, Fresco, and all those things. So go ahead and get settled in. It's Wednesday, so that means it's a Wednesday World of Vectors with DTM. Oh, I messed up my title again, but you know that's how it goes. Anyways, it's all good. Check the links in the description of the video, please, because we got a lot on our agenda for tonight. And if you did I leave it up there? I think I took down the POAP info. If you want a POAP, go ahead and send me a message. I don't know what happened. See, I knew I was missing something. I knew it. I said it out loud, and I couldn't recognize what it was. But yes, we're handing out POAPs tonight for the stream, so go ahead and send me a message to get your POAP. In the meantime, feel free to join us in the Discord. We're hanging out in the Discord. We got a few folks already. We got Mom the Artist, Garrett, CJ, Bree, and the Art School Tourist. On Behance, we already the same folks. Garrett, Mom the Artist, CJ, and hanging out already in Behance. Leave a comment, question, suggestion, and we'll get to it. Before we get started with anything else, let me go ahead and crank up my robot version of Bree to tell us what are we gonna do today. Boom, let's go. Let's see, there it is.
What are we gonna do today, Dan? We're gonna take over the world, one drawing at a time. Back to you, Dan.
That's right. That is super cool. It's always awesome to hear that. I bet you don't know anyone else with a cool intro like that. So there it is. We're gonna take over the world, one drawing at a time. And taking over the world is exactly what we're doing. Oh my gosh, it's exactly what we're doing. And let's go ahead and get me to share. Let's see if I can share my screen there. There it is. Boom. Okay, we're good. Let's see, how do I look? I think I'm off in the picture. But let me see if I can adjust it. There it is. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom. Bam. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, good. Nice and tight. There it is. So yes, we're taking over the world one drawing at a time. And today I want to share a few bits about the projects that I've been working on. I was thinking about this today while I was out getting dinner and coming home, and I was thinking, you know, why is it that I jump around through so many different projects? Why am I always on something else every week or so? And Mom the Artist, if you didn't hear Bree, it's because the audio will only be heard on Behance. So if you have the Discord audio, you're not going to be able to hear some of the things on Behance. That's all. And so I was thinking, like, I tell artists basically, work on a project that is going to immerse you into a full complete project from beginning to end, not just something that you draw and sketch and like, hey, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do that, where's my Behance app? It's right there. It's when we start off in our career, and it's not even a career at that time. At that point, it's just really experimentation and exploration of creativity. When we start off on those with art, we just want to experience the process, right? Get a feel for the materials, the themes. There's a word for it. In any case, I forgot. Anyways, we just want to go through it and see what it's like, and get a sense whether it's something we like or not, and see where it leads us, and that's cool. So I do that, and this is a great example of that. Let me open up this project. Sometimes when I find an art style that I like, that I see another artist with their work, I will go ahead and take a screenshot or save that picture so that later on I can try it out myself. And this project is a perfect example of that. The DTMverse is one of my latest projects that I put up here on Behance, and I wanted to share that with you. And so as you can see, when you go through this project on Behance, just go through my profile on Behance and you can see this. I think this is a number 2 project on the list of projects here in Behance. It is all drawings of myself, but each drawing is in a different style. And I go from real cartoony to very comic like to I don't even know what you call this. It's just a lot of different art styles to try out the idea of what would it look like if Dan was running down the street with a big pencil and some paper or drawing pad, and he was dressed as Batman. I don't know. What would it look like? What would it look like in this particular style? What I did a project for Microsoft a few years ago, and it included some Minecraft style art. And when I created one of the characters, when I drew one of the characters based on the Minecraft universe, I was like, wait a minute, this is like very basic. I can take off the hair, add the beard, and make and then the character is me. That's me right there. Just adding the beard and taking out the hair. And so I drew myself that way. It's like, what would that look like? And I tell artists that if you're into character art, then you should start drawing yourself. Draw yourself. Practice drawing on yourself. You don't have to overthink what is this character, who is this character, what are they doing, what's it about. Just come up with versions of yourself. What are you into that day? Sometimes I'm about the Aztec art. Sometimes I'm about the Skullys. Sometimes I'm about coloring and the fight between digital and traditional art. And so I draw myself that way. And so this is one of those examples where in the beginning of anyone's art career or experience, you want to explore. Just explore themes, topics, and media. And so, but as time goes on and you decide that you want to be a professional and want to get paid as a professional, like I don't even know how this even drawing came up. Some of these drawings, I don't think about them. I was like, that's a cool idea, and then sketch it and then forget it. And then it's like, well, I wasn't really thinking anything. I just wanted to draw. And sometimes it's easy to just not have to figure out what to draw. It's like, I know how to draw myself. Let me draw myself. I want to draw something. I don't want to really stress myself about it. So let me draw myself. But as time goes on and you want to be a professional artist that gets paid to draw, then you have to pick that thing that you want people to pay you money for. And one of the things that I've done really well is just illustration and focus in character art. And so when you have an idea of what kind of projects you want to work on, then that's what becomes your portfolio full of, those particular things. And so that is what this other project starts to fall into. Look, I got a ton of drawings. I drew myself with what do you call that? Infinity gauntlet. It's crazy. I drew myself Bat Dan, and then I drew an art style that was used by Fresh Cake. So I got a ton of drawings. Oops, let's go. All right. But then you work on projects and that then you want to work on projects that take a lot more time, that you have to take this project from beginning to end all the way. It is when you get paid to do art, it's not like just experiencing art and like, I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. Who cares if nobody likes it? If nobody likes any of my drawings of myself, I'm cool with it. That doesn't bother me none. And because it's not about anything other than me practicing and drawing for myself. But when you want to get paid to draw, when you want to work on projects for other people, let's start on this one right here, then you have to show that you can take a drawing or you can take a project from beginning to end. Not necessarily the whole life of the project, but at least the part that you're in charge of. And so my installation, right? My art installation from a couple months ago, I started this drawing in November. Got the go ahead in December, and I knocked out the drawing over the Christmas break and got it printed the second week of or the first week of January, and then the second or third week of January we installed it. I say we, my wife was there and the curator Courtney Brooks was there. They just watched My wife did hand me screws while I was sitting there screwing it. In any case, you do your part, the part that's related to you, the part that you're in charge of. It's up to you to take this from beginning to the end. So that means that at some point, all right, you're gonna get tired and be like, oh man, I'm tired of looking at these Aztec artwork or all these tiny lines and all these tiny things. And you see it in some of our streams. You see it in Odari streams. He sits there and he's working on the same drawing for 3 or 4 streams in a row. And that's what we do. That's what we have to do. We have, as a professional, you have to stick with the project until it's done. Otherwise, how are you gonna get paid? You might get that deposit, but if you flake out later because you're like, kind of lost the enthusiasm for this, the inspiration, the passion, whatever, you're not gonna get paid the balance, and then you're just not gonna get many jobs. And so this is one of those projects that I worked on, and you can read all about it. But I want to get to this part right here. Let me see, where is it? It's right there. The first link in the list of everything that's in this project is that once you figure out how to work through a project from beginning to end, you got to do it over and over and over again to show potential clients that you can be trusted with a long list of things that they want, and then come back and pick up all the artwork that you said you were going to complete on time, on budget, and without excuses. And this is something that we mentioned a little bit on Monday's conversation with Mr. Soul. He was saying something about how I have a lot of pencils, Apple pencils, and I was like, yeah. One thing I never want to tell a client is I couldn't finish the job because my computer broke or because something happened to my equipment or my tools and I wasn't able to do the gig. If you're into pencil drawings, you got a dozens of pencils. And by the way, pencils are like 50 cents for 20 of them at Staples or wherever, at Walmart. In any case, whatever it is that you do, you end up having a lot of them. So I like hats, so I got a lot of hats. And so it is with the art materials and the tools that I use, is that I have a lot of, I try to, hoard a lot of them. So I never run out. Like the iPad, I'm going to have an iPad. No matter which iPad breaks, I'll be sad and I'm going to cry a little bit. But after that, I'm going to go pick up the next one and say, well, let's get to work because we got stuff to do. At no time do my tools become the excuse. And that's professionals. That's how we have to look at things and do stuff. And so those are the things that people look for. I'm talking about art directors, project managers. What's the other one? Art directors and I forgot the other ones. In any case, there's important people in different projects who need an artist, and they have to know that you can produce. And that's why I'm always talking about your projects. Where are your projects on Behance? That's right, Tamika. She says no excuses. Where are your projects? Let's see what you can actually do. When you say that you want to be a professional at this thing, don't treat it like a professional basketball player, football player. That's strenuous work. All right. I'm not saying it's not. But it's like when you're watching a game and then this one player can't hit the 3-pointers when that's all they're known for. The commentators will say, "Oh, he had an off night." at the press interviews after the game, like, yeah, today I couldn't find my groove. I'm like, what? But you get paid millions of dollars, and then somehow today you just can't hit those threes? What are you talking about? As professionals, we want to hit that line, hit that drawing every time you sit down and draw. Because you got to get it done because this is your job. Unless I go back to mowing lawns or, work at a steel company or, nobody says, and we don't say that to the people who mow our lawn. Be like, today was just a bad day. Couldn't cut the grass straight. Like, who does that? How? No, you can't. You can't live that way. You have to have this mindset that you're going to get it done and that you can prove that you can do it. Which is, so I wrap all this up to say even after we take a project from beginning to end and show how it starts, and you can see some of the videos. There it is. Let me see. There's the links. And here on Behance, I talked about my process, and I went over my the apps that I used, and what it took to get done. Even the tracing of it. This is here on Behance Adobe Live. Let me go back. Come on. Even through all of that, you have to do that enough times that now you're known for this person for this kind of work that'll get it done. It's gonna happen. And I wanted to point out on this project, because even after this artwork is done, it's complete, it's on the wall, and you can check out if you're in Atlanta, you go to the Beltline. I forget what it's called. Anyways, Atlanta Beltline. That's it. You'll get to see the artwork. But even after that is done, what I decided to do is like, hey, I wanted to do some NFTs. Tom, for a long time, has been talking about the NFTs. And so I said, well, let's go ahead and turn that artwork into some NFTs. And so last night, I got the go-ahead invite to Foundation. It's a website for NFTs. And so you need an invite to get in and mint your NFTs there. And so Mr. Soul 216, our guest from Monday, last night he sent me a message with the link because he's in Foundation already, and so somehow they get invites to share, and so he shared it with me, and I was like, cool, let's do it. So I went ahead and worked on this artwork. I took the artwork that I've already done, I've already created for that mural, and then broke it down in Adobe Illustrator and pulled out the pieces and then made individual. Come on. Oh, it's not going to pop up. Why is that? I don't know why it's not popping like the other. In any case, I made them individual pieces. And so I minted the first one. And so if we click through the project and click through the link, you can see the Azteca Moderno NFT Collection. And it's now in Foundation. And the first piece is right here, Elohim. And so I'm going to do that with my artwork. I have a ton of artwork that I've been creating for years under the Azteca Moderno collection. And some of it is physical artwork. Some of it is digital, sketches, paintings, whatever. I'm going to grab it and slowly put it up and mint it as an NFT. And this is where I wrap it all up, because I've been talking a lot. What I was thinking earlier is like, why can't I stick with one project and just finish it off? So I'm doing the sketchies, the Skullys, and I got some news about the Skullys. Crazy. The Azteca Moderno now, Art Life, and then I'm taking Tamika's class to do the children's book, and I share all this with everybody. But see. And so I was thinking, like, why can't I do what I tell artists to do? Artists need to stick with a project and finish it off. And so I had to think about it further. It's like, why? What's wrong with me? And the answer is that I get bored. I get tired of looking at the same thing, the same drawing. Next day or two, I'll jump back into the Sketchyverse and draw a bunch of more sketchies. And then the next day after that, I'll do some more Skully stuff. And I have to do that so that I don't get bored and tired about on what I'm drawing. However, this is all my passion projects. So I can skip around my passion projects and slowly take my time to get them there. And that's cool with me. Because this is my outlet, my creative outlet for myself. As a professional, I already get paid to draw, and I'm starting it back on another project that I started 2 years ago with this client, and we're back on it, and is designing beer cans. And so once I start that up, which is going to be in a month or so, then week after week, I'm knocking out another beer can, another beer can, another beer can, and after a while, you get tired of seeing the same thing, and there's that project is only fun half the time. When you're creating, when you're drawing the stuff, you're like, hey, that's nice to draw. Let's draw that. And then after a while, you're like, you don't even, So there is something weird. After a while, the second half of the project is all the cans have to match, has to match, has to match, has to match. And so then it becomes a graphic design, which is difficult in itself. But it becomes, following the fundamentals and elements of design. And you have to pay attention to what you're doing, because they're going to print them out and they're going to look at them and they will be able to tell if I did something wrong. Here's the cans. I did these in 2020. And that's all of them. That's some of them together right there in one place. But there they go. These are the real life cans. I've drank all of these beers. And they're actually going to have their anniversary in a couple of weeks. And the brewery's a little ways away. But I'm going to go. It's here in Georgia. I'm going to go, and they're going to fill up my trunk with beer because they owe me. In any case, these are the designs that I did 2 years ago. And so now we're getting back and doing some tweaking and more beer cans. And that's just one of my clients. I have many other things that I'm doing. I had to do some filming today with another one of my clients. And when I do professional work like that, it's like I can't just stop one day and be like, listen, man, I'm tired. I'm bored about this. Can you stop talking to me about this thing? It's like, nah, you're a professional. You got to, the first line you drop when you're fresh in the morning, it's got to look as good as the last line that you drop before you turn off the computer and go to bed. So that's why I jump around in my personal project. Oh, there's the owner right there. Yeah, he texts me all the time. We talk. And so and this is the before, and this what the after looks like. I don't know why they're like that. No, this is the before also. Before. It had very diverse art styles all throughout. And then I went in and redid them all. So these are all befores. That's me coming up with the concept ideas. This is the fun part where you kind of just sketching, trying to see what will work, what's not going to work visually. And then do some digital sketching. Start to make it look like something before you send it off to the client. You can't send the client these sketches. They're going to be like, dang, you can't draw. What is this? This is crazy. And so you got to take your time, get to a point where something looks like something. The design looks like it's believable. And then they can give you feedback on it. And so then eventually, there's my process. You can look through all of that. And then eventually we get to this. And now it's a whole clean, appealing design. And so, any case, I just had that question this afternoon. And I felt like sharing it with you because these are two of the latest projects that I added here. What I'm going to do with some of this is make a book. I always wanted to write a book, and I have a bunch of ideas about what I want to say. But before I can write the words, I already started to imagine what the cover would look like. And like, why don't I make it a book about myself? Is it going to be a book that's going to be in the bookshelves? I don't know. I don't care. I just want to make a book. Use all my drawings, put them together on pages. On Tuesdays, we talk about Illustrator. And I've been going over setting up an Illustrator file for adding your artwork to make a book of your artwork. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a book of my face artwork. Let me see. Let's pick different ones so we can see something different. There it is. That's me as DTM as Batman. Come on. I'm picking it. No? Oh, there it goes. There it is. On a high rise. I don't know why he's sitting up in a pencil like he's building a construction, doing the construction in a building, whatever. Eating a burrito. That's right. First sketch 2021. I just did a quick little sketch. Sometimes when you just want to draw something for fast, you draw yourself. Make it simple. Spend a little time if you want. Boom. Little mini DTM with big shoes. Logo ideas. Yeah. Oh, I need to add the new ones that I just did. Anyways, there it goes. That was cool. I kind of like that. I might have to go back into it and finish it. And so now that I'm considering making a book out of it, now I'm going through some of my files and finding those drawings of myself. And so here's a quick one that I just worked on. yesterday. We were in the Discord after the stream, and I was sitting around drawing, listening to Odari and Bree talking, looking for this. And I was like, yeah, let me draw this idea that I saw somewhere that maybe could work with my art. So I did a quick little Skully in there. That's Mictlan, the Lord of the Dead. There's a couple of pencils right there. Look at that, nice. They don't quite look like pencils, but I didn't want to go too far into the detail of it. I wanted to do that black and white, solid, and negative space type of thing. But then because I'm crazy, I said, well, why don't I add some some Aztec face paint? Maybe, a Skully. All right, right. Boom. And then, why don't we add some yellows in there? And next thing I know, it went crazy. I lost my mind. Let me see. I'll show you. Is it in here? No, I didn't finish all of it in here. But then I got to this point. It's like, yes, this is it. This is what I want. I kind of have a feel for this. I started to add in some other yellow elements everywhere else. Let me turn on. There goes the skull. It's yellow. I don't know. I kind of like it white. Earrings on the skull, but I didn't like that. That became too much in there. And so experiment, play around with designs and ideas, and you're the focus. You are the theme and the topic. So let me go ahead and close this drawing here and go into Illustrator. And here's what happened. After the end of the evening, boom, I was here. I added the text in Illustrator, and I was like, yeah. But then, I did all that yellow, and then it still has some of the colors. So I don't know how really well it works. And then I started making copies and playing around. So this would be plain, right? This is what it looks like if it's plain. The DTMverse, that could be the cover of my book instead of the other. Or it could be a stamp. I don't know. It could be anything. I don't know if I should redo the crown. I'm just experimenting, having fun. So I did some of the yellow, some of it white. And then I did, again, some of the yellow and some of the white, but the big difference here is that the face is got that tan color. And then on this one, I really went hard, like, let's do some gradients. If you know my work, then I like to throw some gradients in something. Put some gradient on it. So that's how things evolve and go, and then I had fun. And then today I couldn't even play with any of this because I had to do work for my client, and so that took up a half the day right there, almost all day. And here's another piece that I found that I had done on myself, and I was like, well, I need to grab all of these, and these need to be in my book. Yeah. And so of all that stuff that I have on Behance related to the DTMverse, now I gotta dig around. It's like, what did I do with all these drawings? Where are they? I need to find them. So let's go ahead. Let's do something. I'm gonna go ahead and export these. So we have 4 artboards. I think I did a black and white so that I can do a sticker like that. I can't remember. I know I did a sticker of the blue one already. Let's go ahead and publish and export. I'm in Adobe Illustrator on the iPad. Let's see. Export as a. Oops. Let me see. Export. Publish and export. Export as. There we go. JPEG. Yeah, sure. I guess I can uncheck these. Oh, look at that. I export artboard 1 and 2 as a JPEG. RGB high. Yes, whatever that means. Okay, cool. Export. And it's going to save it into my iPad. There it is. Export it. Let's take a look. Where you at? Photos. Boom. Finish your artwork. Take it to the end. Where is it going to go? What does it mean? In the beginning, or and then not every drawing is it going to be about something. Sometimes you're just going to draw just for fun and just do it. Fine. And then, and that's the sketch that I was just doing earlier. I was like, just do it. I thought of the idea. I remember that movie, Spike Lee movie. what was it called? I forgot already. And it had Radio Man. And then and so then after that, I started to add a different person. I made it a girl. I've pulled up a picture that I could reference the hair. I need to pull up a picture to reference the face because it's crooked. Look at that face. That face is crooked. I mean, yeah, you can't rotate it. But yeah, finish the work. Take it all the way through. So that was that. That was a little quickie. We're done with that one. Let's go ahead and close it. And because I'm also doing the Azteca Moderno 2022, let me see. I have other projects. So there's some that have Azteca Moderno on them. I have all of these goddesses. Look at that. Goddesses that I want to bring into the NFT space with my collection and on Foundation. And the links to all of that is in the description of the video, so check it out. So there's some more pieces right there that I need to grab. And then you scroll all the way down, and this is where one of those big artworks began a long time ago. I mean, it looks like it says 2018. It doesn't feel like it was 4 years ago. It was 2018, 4 years ago. Yeah. Is this 2022? I did this. This is a 12-foot by 3-foot mural that ended up getting printed. This was my little idea. And then the curator, he says, nah, Dan, you're going to draw your design on this. I said, what's this? And so this is the 3x3 cubes, 3x3 squares that make up a cube. And so I said, okay, fine, I'll draw on that. Here's what I'm going to draw. And he said, okay, Dan, go with that. And so I used Adobe Draw. And so I was looking at the updates on my iPad today, and Adobe Draw came up. And I was like, oh, man, that's where I drew all of these other drawings. So I went through Adobe Draw trying to find the artwork. And but you can't use Adobe Draw anymore. It won't open. When you click on it, it's not. You can have Adobe Draw, the app, but when you try to open it, it's going to say you can't use this. Go to Fresco. So anyways, here's how it came out. And this is one of those first ones where, you know, you go all in on the artwork. And when he first asked me to do it, I was like, cool, I'll knock it out. I said, when do you want it? And he told me when. So I waited like 2 days before the deadline. And I sat down to draw, and I was like, it might take me a couple hours. 3 days later, I was still working on it. And so it really became very intense. And this is one of those where you have to go in and do a lot of detail, because when they print it, it's going to be 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide cube all the way around. And so if you skip out any of the details anywhere, like some part of the drawing may have a lot of details, and then some other part of the drawing doesn't have as many details because you're tired, then people will tell, especially other artists. They're going to walk up to it, look at it, and be like, that's cool, Dan, but what happened there? And somebody said that to me one time, one of my paintings. They're like, I like the skull, but the rest of the canvas looks empty. And I was like, yeah. So now I have this fear of my work getting criticized by other artists, and then the other artists looking at it and saying, that looks incomplete, Dan. So I go all in. I went all in on this. And so that was in 2018, and you can see the final installation right here. This is the final installation. It's a 3x3 cube, and it's lit from the inside. You can check it out. Check out the pictures and in my portfolio here on Behance. And that's the sponsor is Jack Daniels, and the art show is Art Beats and Lyrics. They're traveling this year, and they have my artwork with them. Let me see. Get the gear. I did. This is one of my pieces. Tezcatlipoca. I'm making sweatshirts with this guy. Boom. And then the other one that was Azteca Moderno is right here, and that was 2019, and it was all women, goddesses, and I went crazy with the details also. Yeah. It's all that background. There goes the skulls, a ton of skulls and stuff. And so I bring this up because I want to go back, grab all this artwork. This is in Adobe Fresco. Yeah, that was a pre-release. That was the early days of it. And I want to go back and grab this artwork, clean it up, and then finish it to the 2022 standards. So the art never stops. It never ends. So here's the Fresco. And I went through looking for older artwork that I started that I never finished. And there it is. We got another Aztec goddess. And this is the beginning. This is how it starts. This is the vector. There goes some. I decided to change the hair, the headrest. And here's one of the original sketches. This is a pen drawing. This is a pen, and you know where this came from? I remember where this came from. This was a drawing session here in Atlanta many years ago, over 10 years ago. And so that was the model. The model was sitting like that. And what I do at my drawing sessions, when I go to figure drawing sessions, and back when we used to do that, most of the time they're nude. And so what I do is I dress them up with stuff. Like I make up stuff. And for a long time, I was making up wings. And I was turning them all into angels. I have a whole nother series of angels somewhere in sketchbooks and stuff. So this is called Koyo chilling. She's chilling like a villain. Boom. I'm going to switch around her headdress or her hair. I've already started to draw the headdress. So now I can go in and erase some of the hair that cuts through here. Boom. And so this is one of those cases where you do want to draw in a different layer so that you can play around with different elements and not bother something in the picture. There it is, just kind of erasing. I could have done it better, but I just went ahead. This is a sample because I'm going to spend a lot of time with a lot of these artwork. Some of it I will stream. A lot of it I'm not going to. I'm just gonna sit down and work. There we go. Bring it, move forward. Thank you. Yeah. So it's bam, bam. Look. So now, okay, that line I can do there. Get rid of that line. There's a bunch of lines, little things everywhere. Work. Some details. Yep. Word up. Yeah. I like it when a drawing comes together, even if it took years to make. Sure, why not? So that's another one that I'm gonna work on. All of this is just slowly building out to bigger things. Eventually, the artwork will reach places that you didn't even think that you were going to. It was never an idea. This is a sketch that I did a long time ago. I can't remember when. And so I want to say it was with Clip Studio Paint. I had a copy of Manga Studio a long time ago. And so I brought that drawing into Adobe Draw, and I never got around to working on it. And so today I was scrolling through my Adobe Draw files, and I was like, oh, I can do something with that one. There it is. That's an Aztec goddess. And of course, that says DTM. It has the big D right there. Boom. And then the T and the M, and it's got some Aztec stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Look at that, 2016. So went back for it 6 years later. Yeah, I think that's all right. Go ahead, turn it down. Turn on the layer. Turn on this layer. And what I want to do with this drawing, I want to do a lot of this artwork. I want to do it like the way I did that mural, where some of the lines are in different colors. And so this one's more like a skin tone color right here. So let's go ahead and make a new layer. Let's get that line color, go to the lighter tone, and then I can go like this. Bam. Fill it in. Got it. And draw some more. Oh. Boom. You see, and so now, like different elements of the gear, the skin tone, and all of that, they're gonna have different colors, and it makes the art stand out a little bit more, and makes the line work not so distracting. And I don't know, I just want to try it out. I just want to try it out. Dennis says you have a lot of artwork. I do. I do. This is just what's digital. You don't know. Oh, here it goes. That's where I was at. This is where I was at earlier today. I got stacks and stacks and stacks of boxes of artwork. I have stacks of sketchbooks, bookshelves full of sketchbooks, boxes full of sketchbooks. I got a ton of art. That's one thing that about me that I'm very happy with is that um I the desire to draw is constantly there. It's a blessing and a curse because sometimes you should be doing other things like, nah, I'm gonna draw. Lion Thumb says Garrett. That's right. We're on Adobe Behance Live. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming through. But yeah, my desire is always there. I'm always drawing, and I'm addicted to pencils and markers and sketchbooks. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna be doing a live stream with markers, and I have an idea what I want to do already. But that's also like a curse because you never don't have peace. You don't get peace. But drawing is my peace. But you always feel like I need to draw. I need to draw. I need to draw. There's something I want to draw. Something I want to draw. And so I don't know. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I was reading a series of tweets the other months ago, and this people who work in Disney or some animation, they're like, yeah, I never touch a sketchbook anymore. When I put in 10-hour days, it's I don't want to look at it drawing again. And I'm like, what? I've been there. I've been there. It happened to me, and I don't want to be like that. I got to a point where I was burnt out, and I was doing tattoos. I had a tattoo shop, and I was doing tattoos, and all the designs that we were doing, tattooing on people, was the same old thing. It was always the same cross. It was always the same skull, the same panther, the same rose, the same. Everyone with my name. And I'm like, do you understand how talented I am? And this is what you want? And so I got burnt out. I didn't want to draw what people wanted me to draw. So I was burnt out of dealing with people. And the desire to draw what I wanted to draw was so strong that I just quit and we shut it down. And so when I see people talking about how their creative job takes everything out of them to the point where they don't want to draw now, I'm like, what? Why? What do you mean? Like you need to quit that job and focus back on whatever it was that you were doing with your life before that, because this is sad. That's sad. That is very sad. There's a song that says that too. That's sad. That's very sad. Okay, so a couple questions. Thank you, Mom the Artist. Do you ever do your artwork for embroidery? No, I do not. I don't think I've ever been able to. Well, I haven't really sat down to think about like what is how something like this would translate for that, and what would I have to do to adjust it to make it there. And this is a good drawing. I'm gonna redo this. This is something that I'm gonna redo right here. So no, I have not. Let's change the name. This is gonna be Art Life. This is Art Life. Aztec Warrior. And that's not how you spell Art Life. So I have never really thought about that. But I have done artwork that brands want to turn into embroidery. And so then that's when I have to think about, well, how can I make this simple enough so that it can look good in embroidery. But I never done my artwork like that. Let me see. There's something. This is like a girl. Let me see that. I got a lot of drawings. Now, where does that drive come from? Says Mom. I was asking Mom the Artist. Oh yes, look at this. It comes from. I don't know. It comes from a feeling. I guess I'll say it's simple. It comes from a feeling of responsibility. You know, there's a pun. This is my grandson. Let me show you guys. Here's my grandson. His nickname is Joey, and his name is Little Buddy. That's what I call him. And then this is my granddaughter, Little Bit. And when they were when Little Bit, when my daughter was pregnant for a little bit, I had already started thinking of stories where Grandpa, Abuelo, that's what he calls me, Abuelo and Little Buddy, were gonna be in. And so then I decided to make it a trio. So that's me right there in the future, post-apocalyptic or something like that. Anyways, yes, it comes from I want to say a feeling of fear of not having drawn what I was supposed to draw. And so a feeling of responsibility that I have this talent. Oh, I was saying, you know, growing up, maybe your family draws, someone in your family. I'm going to call it trio. And it's called Strong and Brave. That's the story. And so growing up, maybe you have other people in your family. My aunt, one of my aunts, she could draw. She was really good. And she had good stories to go with her drawings. And maybe in class, a person or two can draw. But as you get older, there's not too many other people who can draw. Then there's people who you hang out with, and now they have other interests. There goes Bat Dan with a boombox. This is all the artwork from Adobe Draw, and so other kids, they have the interest for sports or for music or for other things, whatever, in school. And now of all the people you know who can draw, it starts to get smaller. After a while, especially with me, it was just me and my brother. My brother can draw. I can draw. We like to draw, and I already exported this one. And so after a while, you just don't know anyone who can draw like that, who draws like that, and then that's when you start to feel like there's something different about me. What is it about me? Here's something to play around with. That was cool. That was very crazy right there. Let me turn these off. Experiment. Oh my god, this is cool. I do need to export this one. And let's go ahead and sign it. You start to feel like, well, there's no one else to draw this. You know, you start to feel like I should try. I should try this. I should try that. And as time goes on, this is it becomes your thing. Your attitude, your mode, your mission, in a sense, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think I really thought about it that hard, other than to feel like, if I'm gonna do this, I need to do it well, or I want to do it as good as that artist. I want to do it as good as that artist. And speaking about, where's my YouTube channel? Vector Maestros. DTN, let me call that Vector Maestros. That's how you spell it, like that. And that's my YouTube channel, where you find a lot of other videos related to art. And Art is King is where you will find my videos related to the business of art. In any case, it is when I started streaming, I started to look around at other streamers, and I was like, I want my streams to be as cool as theirs. I want my stream to be to my background to look as awesome as that other artist. I want to be able to draw on such and such. I want to be able to have a cool microphone like some of these other artists. I got some cool headphones. I need to put them inside my shirt, but I didn't feel like it. So that nobody can see and stuff. I want to be as good as the next artist, as the next streamer, as the next person. It's what I want. And that's just become part of my thing. This is a drawing I did a long time ago, and I have a big print of it right here. And do I ever feel alone? No. Thank you, CJ, for the link. I never feel alone. And I did grow up with one brother. Me and my brother were together until the day I left home. I left to join the Marine Corps. This is one of my first Adobe Draw sketches, drawings. Let me see if the original's still in here. Yes, no, it's not in here. I don't see it. There's one layer that's turned off, and yeah, it's some shading. It's not necessary. I've always felt like I never felt alone. I never felt lonely. I never felt like I did feel like I did not belong. Well, actually, I did feel like I was just not part of that cool crew over there or part of that cool crew over there. I felt like it didn't fit. However, I'm such a extrovert. That never stopped me from talking to people. And so everybody knows me. In school, everybody knew me. In the military, everybody knew me. And ever since I've been a professional artist here in Atlanta, everybody knows me. And before COVID, used to be out in them streets, going to events and places, and wherever you are, even the few times we've been out, people walk by, and they're like, "Wait a minute, you're Dan? You're Dan the man?" I was like, "Yes, that's right." Because I am that kind of person who, and you can tell because for the last 50 minutes I haven't stopped talking. I like to talk, and so now I never felt lonely. But I do sometimes I do feel like I don't belong. Like those people really hyped up about this thing, and that's cool. Like I enjoy it, but I'm not that hype. I really don't care that much about it, but so I feel like maybe something's wrong with me, and so, but art, when you create art, when you drawing and you're doing all these tiny lines, little by little by little by little, you get lost. You're lost in this world. I don't even know why I even draw any of this. Like, why did I do it like that? Maybe because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of going at it. This is crazy amount of detail. And this is Artist Queen. That's right. That's the title of this piece. And so you get lost in the piece. And time and space matter not. This is from, I want to say 2016. I'm looking. I don't see a date. Didn't sign it. I have a big print. It's like 2 feet by 3 feet. Save. And my mentor printed it for me. He's like, this needs to be in the show, Dan. I said, okay. Oh, there it is. Look, there's the signature. Ooh, 2016. Okay, good. I did sign it. Oh, yeah, that's right. I see it. Ooh, it's little. There you go. Sign your work. There it is. Boom. So there's a twist that I can do on this to take it to Azteca Moderno. So right now I'm just clicking on stuff, looking through my old portfolio. What is live vectors? I don't know. Oh, okay, so there's some more here. And I did a version of the multi-armed person. I don't know. And then, yes. Oh, so yeah, let's bring this one back. We need this one again. So she got the hands up in the middle with the crown. Got a microphone, cassette tape, spray paint, some shoes. So this is hip hop. Yeah. So I might switch out a few things, make it a pencil, and so on. Then she got some arms. So she got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that's 8 total arms. And it's got that futuristic stylings to it. And the reality is that this is a drawing that I did in Clip Studio Paint. Pray for ATL. That says ATL right there. No date. And that's because I was never finished with it. But this is all in Clip Studio Paint, and I did a screenshot, brought it into an Adobe Draw. And so because Adobe Draw files, you can access them through Fresco, then that's what we got. All right, so it's going to be called Pray. Bam, save it. Boom, done. Let's go back out. So this is a whole lot of work here. I forgot all about it. Azteca Moderno ABL. Which one is that? Okay, there it is. That's the ones that I did before. This is a good one to look at right here. And this is what I just showed you. So this was 2018. Boom. Oh, and there's the sketch behind it. And then this is all the details. So I figured out how to use the brushes, the vector brushes, the way I wanted, the in a way that I could control it, but I don't think it came out the way I wanted it. But it was enough to get this drawing done. So these are old. And so I'm not gonna use this exact drawing for the Azteca Moderno NFT. It's an inspiration for the next one, but not exactly this one. I have to redraw it because I want a little cleaner line work. I like the shading. I like the detail. This is crazy detail. Look at all this. I drew all of that. Line by line by line. And at first, like when you're looking at it digitally like this, like, yeah, you can't really tell all that detail on the headdress. But when it's 3 feet by 3 feet, it's very clear. It's very clear. All right, that was Azteca Moderno. Alphabet. I think I know. I know what that is. That's my homeboy. All right, what's DTM? Pictures of myself. There we go. Some more drawings of myself. Yeah. And so like this one is I did a painting of this. I got 2 paintings. One's the big in pink, and it's minus the color. And the other one is not as big. Is it in here? I can't remember. Oh, it's right there. It's orange. Yes, it's right. It's very similar in style, and all the details are very similar, but it's with marker. So of course it's not the exact same precise lines. And I put this together for my art show. It was 2016, I think. So there I started to add some colors. So this can be an Azteca Moderno. Oh my gosh, that's right, Azteca Moderno DTM. And so as I'm saving them right now, all right, that's why the title of today is Organizing Your Vector Art. As I'm saving them, then what happens is that when I go to the home screen, they'll be up at the top again. This is a project that I got paid to do, Farm Burger, and I drew it in Adobe Draw. And everything was drawn in, including text. Oh, that one doesn't have the text. This is just a cow. So they told me, say, hey Dan, I want you to draw us a design for a poster for our veggie burger. And they said, but we don't want any cows in it. And so I said, sure. And the first thing I did was draw a cow. But the cow had like vegetables inside. You know, those are all vegetables, like the cilantro, I guess, peppers, the sweet potato, onions. Is that onions or cabbage? I don't know. These are onions, and that's cabbage. Mushrooms, lettuce, more peppers. Is there 2 peppers? There's 2 types of peppers in here. I don't know why I did that. I don't know, because I'm crazy sometimes. Sometimes I'm just crazy. These got to be the ingredients. And then there's a jar of black eyed peas. So they must have gave me the ingredients, and then that's why I did that, because I don't know. I wouldn't choose these ingredients myself, because that's yellow onions and white onions. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so I drew a cow, and they liked it. They liked it, and so that's what I gave them. I gave them a cow. Don't have a cow, man. There goes the shading. Look at all that. That was hard work. I remember working on this piece. I was out of town, and my wife was going through some testing certification thing. So she was for 3 days at a place, and I was chilling in the hotel. And I said, well, let me work on this project and knock it out. And that's what I did. What's Star Wars? I don't even know what Star Wars is. So I'm looking at this stuff, and this is, oh, yeah, my girl, Ahsoka Tano. It's not related to Aztec, but it is vector art. All right, so as I'm talking, I want to go over a couple things. Making a book in Illustrator, I may just knock that out tonight, put that up so I can start doing the DTM. And there it is. So what you're saying, yes, Ahsoka Tano is tough and hardcore, and I drew that. I was like, yeah, she don't take no mess. Yeah, Yeah, yeah. I kind of threw this together, and that's 2016 also. And it's very rough. Oh my god, it's so rough. I mean, what is happening here with that, with that lightsaber? All right, let's go back to the beginning. There it is, home screen. See, look, all these files are up on the top now, and so I can work on these and finish them up as Azteca Moderno. I also did the sketch today. Boom, I was using the pencil brush. Yeah, the pencil. And there was a few layers here. That's the rings and the knuckle. Oops, not that. Come on. Boom, bam. That's the shading. This is the body. The head, the hair, the shading of the body, and then the body, and then the background. Boom. So I drew everything in pieces so I can move the head around. All right, that's how you do. You want to draw different pieces in different layers, so it's real easy to make edits and things. And so then let me see, where's the head? That's right there. It doesn't look too bad. Looks like it could be a girl. My wife said that the forehead looked too manly. I'm about to fix that. Boom. There goes the hair. Some shading. Yep. And then the shading and oh no, let's do the knuckles. There it is. And then the shading and the knuckles. So this is Art Life. Yeah, boy, imagine that. Let's do something real quick. Let's go new layer. Let's do vector. Let's get some gold here. Yep. Yeah. Let me get my gloves on. Good to work here. So I am gonna touch on Illustrator. I showed you my latest projects on Behance. There's a link in the description. Let me see where it is. And I want you to missed it. Did I miss it? I did miss it. That's crazy. I've been working hard on it. Join the sketching. Yep. I missed the link. So there's a link I want to share with all of you. It is for us to stay in touch with each other. What happened yesterday was that Discord was down for a while. And so that's the second time it's happened recently. Leaving early, no worries. Get some rest, Mom the artist. And boom, there we go. And so one thing that happens is that maybe things go down, things and apps. Anybody? I don't know if anybody remembers MySpace. I'm pretty sure you don't remember, but that's okay. Because what happened was that things go fall apart, things die, apps die, they're no longer around, and so then you'll lose touch with folks that you've been building community with. So if you've been in the Discord, if you've been watching these videos, if you are a subscriber, if you've been paying attention to the Skullys, the Sketchies, Azteca Moderno, whatever, I would like to stay in touch. So that means, yes, you give me your email address, possibly a link to your social media. So that way, I'm using the vector brush right now. So that way, if there's something that I want to send to you or tell you, then I can. It's not like an email list, even though it's a list of emails. So it's not like I'm sending special offers and discounts and things. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to even do like a regular email. That's not what I'm after. What I'm after is a way for us to stay in touch. And so when you fill out that form, of course, you know where to find me because right now you're on my Behance. You can send me a message on Behance. And because you know my website is Delta Tango Mike, I'm just telling you right now, it's Delta Tango Mike, then you can find me on my website and, send me a message, say, hey, Dan, what's up with you? Or you can always find all those links that are on my website to all my social media. Or find my link tree from Instagram. There's tons of ways for you to get in touch with me, and I encourage that. I was just having a art business conversation with an artist last night. Famous artist. He's famous. and he was on TV, and we're talking about the business, like going over scenarios and situations that he's um, with his art project, particular art project. And so he has my number. He can text me anytime. And so I want you to find a way to get in touch and say, hey Dan, such and such, this and that, and be like, okay, cool, let's talk about it. So that's what that's about. That's it. That's the only reason I'm making that a thing. So go ahead and drop your email address in there. If you want to put your phone number, you can. I'm not gonna. Yeah. But when Discord goes away, when other apps go away, we still have each other. We still have each other. What's that TV show? Is it Who's the Boss? I think it's about who's the boss, or is it the Golden Girls? We have each other. I can't remember now. Anyways, look at that. Boom. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that. That's so good. Let me go ahead and put this in order here. Stack this. This is Adobe Fresco. Boom. One of the things that we were talking about last night, this artist and I, there's our life, is Procreate, and the things that Procreate cannot do. And he was not happy about that. And I was like, yeah, well, gotta get that Creative Cloud. So anyways, right now I'm using the vector brush, and I probably, that's crazy. Why don't we just go with that? There it is. Boom. And so you gotta, sometimes you want all this texture and fuzzy penciling thing. But when it's time to transform to a larger size for to use it in a project, it's gonna come out pixelated and it's useless. So that's when you need Vector to the rescue. Vector to the rescue. All right, so moving along to the list of things that I wanted to share with you today. Let's put that down here. Get that paint bucket. Boom. Let's just make it blue because I like blue and I cannot lie. Boom. Bam. Look at that. Blue, baby. Yes. Let's see. The DTMverse Project, Draw Your Face. Hey, anybody wants to work on their project, drawing their face, and share it with us and talk about it with us, please do so. And just do it. Draw your face. Start drawing pictures of your face. And that's always cool. That way we can get to know each other. And you don't really have to share like a real picture. It could just be a drawing. And if you draw with yourself with muscles, you're like, all right, well, I guess you are a bodybuilder. I didn't know that. I thought you just do drawings. And I used to draw myself with muscles a lot. That's how I started drawing myself as a comic book character. And all comic book characters have big muscles. That's just how it goes. All right, boom, look at the pants. That's dark. The color's not dark enough. But now, bam, there we go. Yes. All right. So if you want to draw yourself, let me know. Come on through and hang out with us. I'm going to go over the Illustrator file in a little bit. Azteca Moderno, yes, on Foundation. The link is in the description of this video, so check it out. And let me give you an update on the Skullys. Oh, man, let me go ahead and do the quick spy at them. Let me go spy at them before I tell you what's happening. Boom, boom. Let's see. Last time they did a tweet was 2 hours ago. Oh, 44 minutes ago. And yeah, they still have one of my drawings in there, one of the Skullys. All right. What's crazy? Why do people do this? I don't know why this happens. And it's gonna lead. This is gonna lead into how I feel about NFTs and this other thing. And then I'm gonna talk about my NFTs, the Skullys and the Sketchies. But so a couple days ago, Monday morning, I wake up and Twitter people on Twitter like, hey Dan, somebody is stolen the Skullies. Like, what do you mean? You can't steal my Skullies. Everybody knows those Skullies are mine. You know, kind of like mine and other artists who worked on them, but it's like still, like, what do you mean they stolen? Well, apparently somebody in some other country started to use the skulls as their artwork for their NFT project, and they're gonna mint in Solana. And I didn't talk about it on Monday because Mr. Soul was on, and it's like, that's not something I wanted to talk to him about him. And but that's been ongoing since Monday. Any case, so they started to use the Skullies, and they're gonna mint in Solana. They were going to, and so some people started tweeting at me. I went to go look, and sure enough, there's these folks using the Skullies. So of course I tweeted at them a couple of times, and I clicked through their Discord, and I joined their Discord. I didn't say anything on the Discord, but anybody who joined the Discord who was familiar with our project, of course, said something to them in the Discord and got booted out. So I didn't say anything the whole time I was there. I did not make any noise. I didn't complain. I was just watching. And so sure enough, these folks are talking about this artwork, about how they got some artists to do the art, and then they're sharing previews of the artworks. Like, those are our Skullies. That's our stuff. So I did engage on Twitter, got blocked immediately. And I engaged on through a couple accounts. And so of course they blocked those accounts quickly. But I got like 10 Twitter accounts. They're free. They're free. I always have an idea for a project. I was like, oh, let's lock in that Twitter account. Let's lock in that Instagram. I got tons of Instagram. Anyways, because you never know. Maybe you need that name for that project. Maybe it takes off, Maybe Adobe comes over and says, hey, Dan, we'll give you some sponsorship on that thing. And be like, cool. I got everything locked in. Anyways, so I was able to keep up with their Twitter through a different account. And I didn't engage them in that account. I just use it to watch. And so they're steadily telling people about this artwork and so on. And then so I've been tweeting at them for nonstop for the last 2 days. And because today is Wednesday, so yeah. And so they haven't said nothing to me back other than block me. But the one of the main people from, I want to say, the leader, the one in charge, joined our Discord yesterday. And so then he reached out and started talking to me through Discord DMs. And I wasn't mad. I wasn't gonna act mad. I was like, hey man, why y'all using my art like that? What's up? What's going on here? I said, I appreciate the hustle, but can you do your own art? Because that's our art. You can't use it like that. And so the story that person told me was that they did not know that art belonged to me. They did not know that project already existed. That they were that the artist must have lied to them. I said, well, who's your artist? They said they met him through Fiverr. What? Says Tamika. And so I said, what do you mean you don't know who it is? In this world of NFTs, one of the things is do your research. You should know who the artist is on anything you back up, on anything you're working on, anything you invest your money into. You should know who they are. And this is a bigger conversation that has to do with the art life, okay? But it's sad because when we're talking about NFTs, because in the world of NFTs, do your own research is like the warning label on cigarettes. Like if you smoke this, you could die off of other diseases that are caused by this thing that you smoke. It's the warning label. So if you're jumping onto NFTs and gonna buy NFTs, if you're gonna invest money into NFTs, you need to do your research. And here's this person starting an NFT project and don't know the artist. They're just buying art from Fiverr, so they say. I think that's a lie. I don't care. That's what they said. Oh Lord, that worries me because I ordered through Fiverr. Paloma, I'm not gonna say something bad about you. But if anybody who is especially in NFTs, and we'll get into the fine art and how Fiverr affects everybody. And fine art is an example of it. Is that in the NFT space, the idea behind NFTs is to empower the artists. And if you don't know who the artist is on this project, then you're not empowering the artist. Instead, what you're doing is selling a dream. And that's the bad side of NFTs. You're selling the dream. And you know where I've seen this before? I've seen people try to sell the dream at music conferences. There's all these panels and all these successful musicians or producers or whatever talk about how they got their first major deal, how they made it into the market, and so on. And 90% of the people, because I've been there, I've seen it with my own eyes. 90% of the people in those conferences are broke, spending their last bit of money in the hope that they can get signed so that they can make it big in the industry. I've seen it in the startup world, entrepreneurship world. There's NFT conferences here and there, everywhere. And everyone is selling the dream. They're selling you the dream. And that's because it's a hot commodity. It's happening. It's hot. It's the thing. It's the end thing right now. This is what's going on. It's like whenever you see a football player signing a deal for millions of dollars, everybody in the hood wants to get out of the hood is playing football. Everybody in the hood wants to get out of the hood is shooting basketballs. And so then college sells people the dream. And college sports takes advantage of football players. Oh, but they get a degree. And says, here, we'll give you a degree for free if you play and use up your body. And maybe you make it into the NFL or in the NBA or whatever. It's the selling of the dream. And so, yeah, I tried in NFTs. I'm doing NFTs now. I've been talking about NFTs since the stream started. But I'm making sure that I put in what I'm able to lose. I've invested a little bit of money into Ethereum. I've gotten that money out already by buying things with Ethereum, not NFTs. I didn't buy it. I better buying NFTs too with that Ethereum. But I bought, let's see, what did I get? 2 computers and an iPad with Ethereum. And I spent more money on those things in Ethereum that would I ever spent in cash. And it only cost me a certain amount of cash when I first bought the Ethereum. But I think this is something that is going to make me rich right away or in 10 years. I don't know. I'm not going to miss out on the chance that it does work out. But if all Ethereum went or cryptocurrencies went to zero right now, I'll be okay. Be like, well, that worked out. It didn't work out like that. But if somebody is selling you the dream, saying, oh man, if you jump in on this right now, you'll be rich and blah, 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 blah. There's no guarantees on those things. But let's say that there was a guarantee. Let's say that, yes, that somebody does know. Then you want to know who they are. If you're dependent on your success, your monetary success, your financial success on this thing, then you want to know who they are. And when you tell me I don't know who the artist is, it's like, wait a minute, you're being irresponsible. You saying I don't know who it is just so that I don't look at you for blame. Be like, oh man, why are you trying to scam me? It wasn't me, Dan. It was some guy I don't know who I bought artwork from. Well, why don't you do your research? Why don't you know these artists? Why? Because you're in here for the quick buck. And you don't care whose art it is, how much they pay, you're paying for it. You don't care how much you're paying for. You care enough to pay very little for it, wherever it comes from, so that you can profit from it. And that's already bad news for the industry in general, not even just NFTs, in general. So I don't know what where that conversation was gonna lead to. Unfortunately, they blocked me out of the Discord. I checked with CJ last night just to make sure it wasn't just a Discord thing. It was a me thing. They took me out. They blocked anybody I brought in. I had to check with Dari and see if it's still in. Any case, I think I saw Tamika click on it. I don't know. I can't remember now. I sent some invites out to people. Anyways, they took me out of the thing, and this is after I already had the conversation with the guy, with the person, and he asked me. They asked me and said, "Do you want us to take down the project?" I said, "Yeah, of course." I said, "But what I really want is for you to be smarter." And work on artwork that's yours. Work on artwork that you did, that you're in charge of, that you know where it comes from and what it's about. That's being responsible investor. That's being a responsible NFT community member. Anyways, the conversation ended there. That's right. And stop stealing. Correct. I said, and I did say, I said, start your own artwork. I said, find an artist you can work with whom you know. But that's the whole point of NFTs, wasn't it? I remember. It's getting me hot. I remember. That's what they said. They said, Dan, NFTs is a way for artists to be empowered and sell to their collectors directly. And so look around in the NFT space in these 1,000 and 600 and 1,000 and 6,000, 7,000 generative projects. Where's the artist? And this goes into the doxing versus undoxed. In some of these projects, and you look at their website, they have avatars and names that don't go nowhere. There are no social media for these creatives. What are we doing here? It's going into the art business thing, and it's gonna go into the Fiverr thing. And thank you for being here, Paloma. I order logos through Fiverr for clients because I can't make it myself yet. Yeah. That's I understand what you have to do, but that's bad business. Because I'm gonna tell you, anything coming out of Fiverr, there's no guarantee that it's not stolen from somewhere. And I know because I've worked with companies who are very proud of their logos, and I did not know where they got their logos from, and they won't say. And every now and then I see a logo just like it. Exact same logo, same colors, same scheme, same everything. Like, wait a minute, what's this? What's happening? And when I bring it up to those people, those brands, they're like, oh yeah, well, we had ours first. It's the same logo. What are you talking about? I understand what you're saying. You paid $5 for this. Technically, nothing's ever $5 in Fiverr, but still, you cheap. You cheap. Don't want to pay a professional artist to create you something that's real, that's new, that's fresh, that's creative, that hits on what the brand is about. Instead, you outsource it, and there's no guarantee that what you're getting is new and fresh. The kind of relationships that you're building with artists is not the type of relationship that's going to help you grow. And the way these companies are investing in art and logos is not enough. They're not investing enough to see the confidence they have in the talent. So they're shortchanging you already. So, and that's just our business. That's not necessarily Fiverr. That's just business in general. And so if we take some business practices, entrepreneurial practices into NFTs, into fine art, into the design and illustration world, which we should, that's the other half of the business. That's the tough part. Then when you start applying these practices, you will see your brand thrive. You will see yourself thrive. So back to the story. So I told that person that they need to work on their own artwork, work on their own ideas, and then make it. Then go ahead and follow through with the NFT project. They stopped responding. Earlier today, they went ahead. They're still tweeting. They were tweeting still more artwork, more of Skully's artwork. And so I sent them a message with a screenshot. I was like, what are you doing? You know, you can't hide. What's the deal? And so they didn't respond. I didn't expect them to respond. But sometime today after 2 o'clock, because I've been monitoring their Twitter, and I have not stopped tweeting about them from Skully Series and from Delta Tango Mike. I'm pretty sure people are tired of seeing me tweet about it. But I've been putting them on blast. Like, they ain't going to get away with this, no matter what. Twitter can't help me. I already tried to go through a bunch of stuff with Twitter, and then taking them down doesn't mean they stop trying to hustle. But they finally changed the artwork of their avatar. It's still the same name. It's called Royal Skullies. Before it was called something Skulls. Let me see if I can tell you. Skully Soul, because it's in Solana. Time to call for backup. Well, I did. I made sure that I posted the happenings on the Discord. I made a blog post on my website about, this is the 5th time that someone has stolen our artwork and try to pass it as their own. So I made a blog post on my website, and then I shared that again and again and kept tagging them. And I kept tagging that person. I was like, I know you. And I tweeted out screenshots of the conversation that we had last night, where they admit they know whose art it is. They admit that they don't know who's the artist. That they admit they're just buying the artwork off a website of a Fiverr. True or not, they're making admissions that all sound bad anyway. So at 2 o'clock or so, they switched the avatar. They started cleaning up the Twitter and there's still one piece of artwork in there that's ours. And they haven't taken it down, but they did all the other ones. And so and so I was like, cool, well, all right. So I tweeted again, hey, these folks that were stealing our work, it seems like they stopped. It seems like they're giving up. And I tweeted a screenshot of that Twitter account. I tweeted I grabbed the image they're using as an avatar, included it in my tweet. And someone right after that shared a screenshot of the original artist's Twitter account for where the artwork came from. This is real life. I mean, I can't believe it. They have given up on stealing our artwork and went and stole somebody else's. Somebody on Facebook, because I've been posting some of this stuff on Facebook, he said, I didn't think this would happen in NFT space. This is not being in an NFT space is not a special privilege or market. Not special. It's the same rules. It's been all along. Amazing, says Tamika. That's right. It's the same set of rules that's been all along in the business of art. I was saying to my wife earlier too. I said, she said, like, what did she say? I forgot. What she said, and I said, no, it happens all the time. It happens to artists all the time. It happens to artists the moment they start drawing. The moment an artist starts drawing, somebody will come along and claim ownership of it. They will claim that they made it. They will take that drawing and share it somewhere else and say they did it. Somebody will come along and lie. That happens to artists all the time. It'll be your sibling who's trying to impress somebody by taking your artwork and saying, I drew this for you. It'll be somebody in school, in the classroom, all the way. And I had a dream, and I've had this dream, and I haven't had this dream in a long time, but I see it time and time again. Just an example of it is that I had this dream where in my dream, I'm in an auditorium, sitting in this room, in this auditorium full of artists. It's artists everywhere. I think they're artists. I assume, right? And I assume they're artists because on stage is a table with about 10 people, and there's stacks of portfolios everywhere. Stacks and stacks and stacks of portfolios. I'm going to switch computer now. And so there's all these portfolios everywhere. And so when I see the portfolios, I'm like, oh, okay, those portfolios are there because they're the people on stage are reviewing portfolios, and that means that those people sitting down on these bleachers or seats are the artists. That's their portfolios. I mean, my dream is 10 seconds long, and in a second I understand what's happening. In the next second I understand, oh, I'm an artist, so my portfolio must be up there too. So I'm competing against all these people here. Like somehow we're in here for something that's gonna happen. And so all of that happens, in that dream, like immediately. I don't know how long my dream is, but this is what I remember of my dream, and I remember it enough that because I've dreamt it several times. So, anyways, I guess I could have done the Illustrator here. Let me see. I don't feel like it. I should. So here I am in this auditorium. Yeah, do it. And it's full of people. It's people everywhere, right? It's people everywhere. A lot of artists everywhere. And so I'm sitting there waiting. It's like, well, okay, I guess we'll wait and see. Once these people on stage review those portfolios, they're gonna call out a name, and they're most likely gonna call my name because I'm good. I know I'm good. I was in a contest 2 years ago, and I won. And I just entered the contest for the funk of it. I was like, why not? And I had a good idea for the contest, and I knocked it out. And sure enough, I came in top 3, and then I won the whole thing. Anyways, that's how I felt about it in my dream. It's like, they're gonna call my name. I'm good. And let me see, where's my project that I need to find? There, this is character, files, home. There we go. And it's already gone. And so here I am sitting, waiting. I was like, well, they're gonna call my name. They're gonna call my name. And while I'm sitting there thinking about that, I sketchy, our life Sketchyverse. I have to go to the bathroom. I'm sitting there, listening, waiting, and then after a while, like, I need to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, but I can't leave right now because they might call my name. I'm like, but I need to go to the bathroom. Like, but I don't want to leave because they're gonna call my name. So eventually, I said to myself, well, there's still a lot of people here, a lot of people. So I might as well go to the bathroom and be okay. This is a 120-page layout that I created for one of my books that is gonna be the Sketchyverse. So I need the sketchy character for the cover, and I'm not ready for that. But in any case, what I was gonna do was I was gonna repurpose this But instead, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start brand new, and I'm gonna get to my dream. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave you hanging. So I'm sitting there. Let's go ahead and new file. Let's make it a regular 8.5 by 11. I like to type in numbers. I like to make sure it says inches. I like to make sure that I can say the artboards that I want. How many artboards do I want? 96. Don't know why. Don't know why. I can add the bleed if I wanted to. There it is. Look, top bleed, top, bottom, and left. Let's do it. Let's do it. Point 0.125. There it is. There it is. Boom. 0.125. It's that's 1/8 of an inch. That adds up to 1/4 of an inch. And let's go. Create it. All right. Oh, I messed it up because that's kind of cool, but that's not what I want. Let's do it again. I forgot it as soon as I clicked on let's go. All right, so there it is, 96 artboards, but I need to set up my artboards. There we go. Spacing, letter, yes, inches. Where is it? It's my layout. Number of artboards and rows. There it is. Columns right there. I need 96, so that's 8. There we go. They're going to be in the rows of 8 or columns of 8. It's going to add up. Create document. There it is. Boom. There we go. So that's 8, and that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Good. So I go to the bathroom. I'm like, well, let me go to the bathroom. And in my dream, I remember myself walking out of the auditorium. Let me go ahead. It's time to act. The auditorium's right here, and the doors, out to the hallway is right here. And in my dream, I'm walking through the hallway doors to go to the bathroom, and then the next moment, like the bathroom door is right here, and I'm walking back into the auditorium. Like in my dream, that's all I remember. I don't remember the actual bathroom. I just remember walking out and then walking back in. And so I walk back into the auditorium, and does it have the margins already? Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's good. And so in my dream, I walked through the auditorium, into the auditorium, and now the auditorium is empty. A second ago, it was full. Now I'm coming back from the bathroom, it's empty, and I'm like, whoa, I missed out. They must have called out the artists whose portfolio they picked. They must have called them out, and I missed it. And I kept thinking, I don't remember them saying a name. I don't remember hearing a name, so they must have not been loud enough for anyone to hear it in the bathroom. And then, and so now I just want to know who it is. And it must have not been my name because I don't remember anyone coming looking for me. And 2, I look up on the stage, and now those tables are cleared. There's one portfolio in the middle, and all the people who were sitting up there, now they're standing around that one portfolio, and there's one person there that looks to be the artist. And so I was like, well, they must have picked that artist. And I was thinking, how could I lose? Like, I don't understand. My art is good. How could I lose to all these chumps out here? So I said, well, let me go on up to the stage to see his artwork. I want to see his portfolio. I want to know who he is. And so let's go back to the home screen. There we go. Get that one. And so I walk up there, and I say, and I don't say anything. I just walk around and start looking. Nobody says nothing to me. I'm walking around. And then I walk up to the table. All right, let me do some more acting. Kind of creep up the table to look, and it's my artwork. It's my artwork right there. They're looking at my artwork. That's my portfolio. I'm like, what is going on here? I don't understand. Well, I'm gonna select the layer, Control C, go back to my new a file, Control V to paste. And in order for this to work this way, like I just copied and pasted the whole layer, and then the layer keeps the order of the layers inside that layer. And in order to do that, you got to make sure you have paste remembers layers selected from the layers window menu. Paste remembers layers, so that when you paste, copy and paste, it's going to bring that layer exactly how you had it laid out in the other document. Oh my gosh. The day I learned that, I was like, what? There's my book cover. Bam! Just like that. So I'm sitting there looking at this and like, that's my artwork. Why is that person there, standing there, and everyone talking to that person like that's the artist? When I know that's my artwork. What's going on here? What happened? What happened? I'm making this dream sequence long, but it really is like 10 seconds long. And I could have told it in 10 seconds, but I'm dragging it out. And so I'm confused. I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why would anybody do that? What drives a person to lie and say, yeah, I'm that artist? Like somebody taking your restaurant reservation. You show up to the restaurant that you made a reservation for. Yeah, I'm just gonna big. And like what's your reservation? Dan. My name is Dan. They're like, I'm sorry, sir. Well, Dan's been seated. Like, what do you mean Dan's been seated? And then you look and like somebody took your reservation. Like, wait a minute, you're not me, but they don't use your name to sit down to eat. That's us standing there, and it's like, what is going on here? And instead of being mad or surprised, now I'm like wondering, like, what is gonna happen the moment this person sits down and now they're ready for that person to produce? What is gonna happen the moment this person needs to produce art at the level that's in that portfolio, and that's not their portfolio? And maybe they are a good artist. Maybe they're excellent artists, but that style is not theirs. So they may be able to replicate it eventually, but they're gonna struggle. This is not an ideal situation for anyone. I was just watching a video by the great, amazing Lawrence. Lawrence Can Draw. He is on YouTube, and he was talking about his experience with an agent and how he had to let go of the agent because they kept pressuring him to draw like someone else. They kept bringing him projects and say, draw like so and so for this project. And he's like, no, I'm not supposed to draw like so. I'm supposed to draw like myself. The whole point of having an agent who brings me projects is that the projects fit me. They fit my style. And so that's what I was thinking, is like, what is going on? What's going to happen with this person? This is all bad. It's all bad. And that's how I feel to this day about many situations like this where there's so-called artists out there doing our artwork. It's like, no artist who cares about their work, who cares about their talent, is just gonna lie and say, yeah, I drew that. That's a different kind of person, a different kind of setup and situation. You know, it's it makes no sense. It makes no sense. You know what I'm gonna do here? Put that in there. Boom. That's page 1. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't get what's happening here, where now, like this NFT series, first they stole our artwork, promoted themselves, got 1,600 followers on my real Skully Series account. How many do I have? Yeah, and got not. I don't think we got 1,000. With 340 followers on Twitter for Skully Series. All right, they got 1,600, and they, on the strength of their marketing and their bots and using our artwork. And now that they've been caught, we done talked it out. They're finally moving on. They want to steal someone else's artwork. That's crazy. Like, why waste your life like that? Why do you want to do that? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't break my heart. All right, so now I need to look at a book. So what we do when we start setting up these books, number one, you need to have a book example near you that's like the book you're making. And I don't have any of those here. I had a book, and I've been setting up my bookshelf, so they're in the other side of the room. So you want to have a book as a reference so that you know what you're doing. It's like, okay, if these people who put this book that I really like did this way, then I'm gonna try to do those steps. You know, I'm sure there's classes. Tamika, the artist, she's here on the chat on Behance. She teaches and has a Behance description course where it goes through the steps of creating a mock-up of a children's book. And maybe you're not doing a children's book, but it's still my point is that there's resources out there that you can learn how to do this, whatever it is that you want to do properly. My suggestion is just look it up, find some stuff, and see what happens. And so as I work through the cover, inside cover, page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's page 6. Boom. On page 6, I'm going to write the big numbers just for now, just so I can start calculating what's happening. There you go. That's page 6. And click and drag to page 1. And because, oh, that's cover. That's not page 1, that's cover. This is page 1. Got it. And so this 6 that I have selected is really going on page 1, and it's not a 6, it's a 1. Boom, there it is, right? So we gotta, it's a map. You gotta set up a map so you understand what's happening, what you're doing. And so you use other books as reference so that you can like, how do I need to map out my setup, my books? All right. All right, so let's go to File, Save As, and I guess I could save it in the cloud. Why not? The DTMverse baby book. DTMverse. Save it in the cloud so that way I can open this in Illustrator on the iPad, anywhere else. So saving, there it goes. It just showed up right here on my iPad. Cool. And so now I can go here. I already got that one. I don't need this file. Close it. Go back to the home screen. Next, get that one. I want to be known for good art. Oh yeah, there's what? Oh, that's the text. Oh, that's the picture right there. That's the picture. That's the picture where that drawing came from. What's this? Oh, that's DTM vector. I made a vector version of it too. Just messing around. Yeah, forget those. Boom, clean it up. Okay. I want to be known as a good artist. I want to be known as this dude can knock it out. Like when you call Dan, you're gonna have you're gonna be satisfied. It's gonna work out. He's gonna take care of you. And I don't understand other people who feel like they're just gonna get over. Or somehow it's gonna work out, you know. And so the business of art is very tough business. So that's page 1, 2, 3. So that's that page. You have to think about which page is facing which way. It's a tough business. Art is a tough business already. You've chosen, if you've chosen to be an artist, and you know, it's tough. And there's a saying that says, life is hard, and when you're stupid, it's worse. And there's a lot of room for error in an art career. It can be done. I'm not saying it's impossible. There's lots of famous, successful artists out there. And if they can do it, so can you. I believe in that. But you have to be strategic. You have to be smart. Creativity is just half of it. Creativity is just one part of it, which goes into my doxing of projects. Doxxed projects. You have to, art is just one half. The other half is the business, is the running of the business of the art. Like, how do you intend to, can I collect into a layer? Collect a new layer. How can you have to understand your numbers. You have to understand how much to charge. You understand your budget, how much money you need to live. How many projects can you take on at one time? What market are you in? What's your position in that market? How to find clients, how to keep clients. You don't want to keep getting new clients all the time. You kind of want to have the same clients keep coming over and over and over and over again, because now those clients that keep coming over and over again, they're not the ones, you don't have to keep convincing them of your talents. All right. They already know. They had a good experience. You have to create that experience with your clients. You have to build a relationship. You have to get to know them get to know you, trust you to the point where they give you a large deposit up front, just hand you the money. They're like, okay, fine, Dan, let's do this. They I've had clients, and we talk about the project. I tell them how much. They do the math and like, that sounds like $15,000, Dan. I said, oh yeah, I didn't add it up. I'm sorry. But if that's what it comes out to, then that's right. They're like, well, we want to do this then. When can we get started? I said, my answer is, I need a $5,000 deposit. Oh, you know what they said? No, they said, okay, let's get started. But we have to let you know that our company does net 90. Net 90 means that the company is going to pay you 90 days after you finish the project or submit the invoice, something like that. There's going to be a period of time. You're not going to see any money. And there's such big companies that can do that, and people will still work for them. So when I told them the price and they said 90 days, I said, no problem, but I will need a $5,000 deposit to get started. And then you can do the balance in 90. At 90. He said, okay, let's do that. Those situations, you prepare for those situations through the business side of it. The art side, when you get to a point where it's easy, you're like, I can draw that. Yes, that's the easy part. But now you got to get paid for it. You got to make that your living. You got to make that your career. I say your living because I don't want to. I've been a forklift driver. I had a forklift license, like for real. I've been a steel worker. I worked at a steel company. My arms were like Popeye for literally. I see pictures of myself like, dang, I didn't even know it was like that. I didn't think about it. I was young, just normal. Now you're old. You're like, dang, that was all right, Dan. I worked at Taco Bell. I've been a cook. I've been a fry cook. I've been a dishwasher, landscaper. I cooked several times. I'm just thinking of the jobs. And I worked at Sunny Delight, USA Today. I've done all kinds of jobs. I don't want to do any of those. I don't want to do any. I've been a construction company owner. I had crews working for me. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be out there sweating. I don't want to be out there getting dirty. I don't like being dirty. I wash my hands like 100 times a day. It's because I don't want grease on my devices or my pencils or my paper. If you draw on paper, you definitely wash your hands all the time. And because the last thing you want is grease or anything on the paper that's not meant to be there. And so I've done all of those things. I don't want to do those things as a means to make money and pay for my lifestyle. I want to find a way, as other artists in the past have done. Many other artists in the past have gotten paid with art. Many artists in the past have made art their career. Many artists in the past had made it. I want to be one of those artists. I want to. I really do. And I believe I can do it. And I believe you can do it too. I'm going to switch that. You can do it too, but you have to put in a lot of extra work that's not related to art. And I just spent 2 days fighting somebody on the internet. There was no physical fight. And I ain't nobody cursed. I don't do the keyboard warrior thing. That's crazy. But I had to sit there and stand up for myself, stand up for our collectors, stand up for our business. You know, this Skully's is as an NFT project, but it's not necessarily going to be only an NFT project. I need to do. We did a calendar. It's right here on my wall. It says March right now, and it has Garrett's drawing of Ming. Boom, that's a Skully. Like our Skullies are gonna be somewhere in this world, and let's do that. It's gonna be page 1, and the art is gonna go way beyond what we thought this was going to be for. Oh, it's just a drawing on the internet, just a drawing in Illustrator. No, this is you. This is a part of you. And so I spent days dealing with that. I spent days. I guess it can still be. No, it's not page 1 now. It's page. Make it page. I spent days understanding how to use the internet, how to build relationships with others, who then had my back and say, "Dan, that's not cool. Let me go ahead and tweet at them too. Let me go ahead and say something." 3, 5. That's right. 5, 6. So a number on the right. That's the number we want. So that's 1. So the 1 is right there. It's gonna have a title here. Let's see, page 1. And actually, it's gonna be this title is also going to be on the cover. And if you don't put in the time into your business, then a day will come where you can't be the artist that you want to be, and you're gonna have to go be the worker at some place. There's nothing wrong with that. I've done it, but I don't want to. I don't want to be the worker. What was that? Thoughts, rhymes, and times. I'm just making things up right now. I might change it later. I don't want to be that worker. And if I'm going to be the worker, then I'm going to be the worker on my terms. We're going to work on projects that I want to work on. I was burnt out. There was a time when I was burnt out. I just didn't want to draw what people were asking me to draw. I'm like, do you know who I am? Do you know the talent that lives inside these hands? Do you know the passion that's in this heart? If you knew, then you would be asking me for the world, and I would draw you the world. I will do it. You gotta pay me. You gotta pay me. And I have a family, and my wife is not going to let me sit there drawing on a project, doing a project, and I'm not being compensated for it. Not gonna let me. No. Need a paying client. We can do passion projects. There's time and place for those. But they only fit in those times that you have. Anthony says, as Jerry Seinfeld said, but I don't want to be a pirate. Yep. It's you have to stand up for your own. You have to negotiate. You have to know your place. Yes, you go get other artists. I had to unfriend somebody on Facebook. Ooh, no big deal. I just didn't want to see their posts anymore. And he was saying how sometimes you have to underpay somebody so you can overcharge somebody. Because that's how you make your money. You're the boss. I am all for artist rights. I am all for artists should get paid what they're worth. I'm all for artists should be able to, as a matter of fact, not get paid what they're worth. They should get paid what they negotiate. And if you don't know how to negotiate, then let me stop you and tell you how. Okay? It's my responsibility, as it is someone else's responsibility, It's my responsibility, as well as any other professional responsibility, to each one teach one. We are here to grow together, get somewhere in life, and your talent and your passion and your inspiration together. That's our responsibility. And I think this. I do know what the answer. Do I ever feel lonely, or where does this passion come from? I feel a sense of responsibility. I didn't go to college. I don't have degrees. I don't have certifications, and I'm not interested in going to anyone's school. I'll go to middle schools and high schools to inspire young people to follow their passion. But I'm not going to tell people to go. Unless you want to be a doctor, you need to know some real book stuff. But for like creativity, certain levels of creativity is like, man, you can do that now. You don't need the invitation to enter the industry. I've worked on comics. I've worked in animations. I'm not an animator, not a comic book artist, but I've done it. There is no real door and gate where you walk by and it's like, this is it. This is it, y'all. Like the park. You walk across the street, through the sidewalk, boom, you're in the grass. Like, this is it. It's not like that. It's it's like a forest. And there's a clearing here, there's some bushes there, there's a tree line over there. And you move through it, and the only way that you'll know you've done it is after it's done. After it's done, you look back, you're like, what? I did that. Like these drawings, like I was doing that. Why would I do that? and that's a sense of responsibility that we all should have for each other. It's getting to a point with me that I have to share this with y'all. That's why I say things like this out loud. But I also share it on social media. Here's one of those. Let me see. I made this, and then people want to complain right away. Oh my gosh. Let's see, Artist King, where you at? I posted this. I said, because I saw this call for art. I saw this organization. I was like, oh, that's a good organization. They're there for, they produce art shows to give artists the platform to showcase their work, which is what Artist King was doing, 10 years ago. And, so they secure venues, they secure events, and then they charge the artists a fee. That's not new. What was new for the way we were doing it is that we absorbed all the fees and had a minimal hanging fee of like $10. Because we had to buy hardware to fix the artwork the artist gave us. Sometimes artists handed us, a drawing and be like, here's my drawing, here's my art. And like, what am I going to do with that, man? And like, yeah, just put some tax on it and set it on the wall. Like, no, we don't do that. So now I got to go to Walmart, go buy frame. And so I was like, and then, the frame ends with the artist. I'm like, dude, I can't afford to pay for this stuff. However, as time went on and I understood sponsorship, our organization started finding sponsors to help pay for some of these things and defray the costs coming out of our own pockets. And then we pass on those benefits to our artists. To this day, we hand out devices to artists who need them to level up their business and their careers, and we're not selling. We don't sell stuff. Unless it's brand new and there's a reason why I'm selling something in particular, but that's a personal thing between me and someone else. But if it's part of the organization, part of the Artist King mission, part of the Buttercup's team mission, there's a lot that we give that we not charging for because we find a way to acquire those things. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting to hear back about some laptops someone is donating. And I just got 2 laptops the other day. We got to do some work to them to make them right, to at least work enough to be useful. And that's just what we do. Is like if you know how to find something, acquire something that can benefit the community, then that's your responsibility to do that and then pass it on. And what I found this organization to do is like, oh yeah, you can be a vendor at this thing, and here's the rate. And it's like, but it goes against your mission. Your mission is to provide opportunities, but those opportunities come with a cost now. It's like, and you have sponsors, big name sponsors. I'm looking at logos like, I know I'm not trying to count your money, because when we were doing stuff, like sometimes sponsorships are not in cash, it's not financial, but still, it's like, come on, man. So that's when I wrote this up. List calls for art, and I get these all the time still. Call for art, and then there's a link, and they're like, oh yeah, and you got to pay $50. Like, what? You want my art? What you gonna do with an art show and there's no art? If you want art, pay for the art. So a list calls for art. Instead, we need more events with art that pay artists to share their creations. And so somebody, after I posted this on Facebook, and you can find out because my Facebook is public, he's like, hey man, well, it costs money to produce an art show, and I haven't sold a lot of art, but I've been helped by some of these events that I've done. It's like, that's great. It's not it's all bad. It's not a comment on how bad the industry is. But there comes a point, because it's 2022 right now, okay? The world has been shut down and shut in and expanded at the same time. The more we're shut in, the more the world has expanded. So has our mindset has expanded. And I'm all for it. I'm all for the way millennials think, for the way Generation Z thinks. I'm all for the way Generation X thinks, and so on. I'm all for evolution. And if we're going to continue to grow, then we have to take care of our own art community. And we cannot be making money off our own selves. We have to make money together and work together. And so that means that we have to shift our mindset and say, it costs $5,000 to put on this show. Let me find some sponsors that will get us the money to pay for this show. That'll get us $10,000. And then instead of taking a hanging fee from artists, let's give them a compensation, I forget the word, fee for showing up and showing their work. Oh my God. There's a lot of times we do things out of necessity. We were poor ourselves. I was doing what I could for the community. My wife was taking money out of her 401k and to help pay for expenses. And after a while, I noticed that. I was like, what? Well, like, where'd that money come from? And she's like, and she didn't want to tell me. And eventually after the shows, so many shows, she's like, yeah, we had to take this money and take it. I'm like, no, if it can't pay for itself, then this is not a business. The business that cannot pay for itself is not a sustainable business. So now we're really donating out of ourselves money that we don't have. And so we had to step back and say, well, if we can't pay for certain things, then we need to find the sponsors to help pay for stuff. But we were doing things out of necessity. So by asking the artists to contribute, we were working on all of this together. That may have worked at one point. But as we continue to move forward, and now we have larger and larger corporations involved, larger organizations involved, we can't keep doing things the same way we were doing them in 2012, in 1992, in 1982, in 1972, and 1872. It's impossible. We can't. It's 2022. We have to do it a different way. So then I haven't released this one. This is the first time anybody sees this. Stop using art to fill empty event walls unless the art is paid for. 2 years ago, this corny, oh my God. I don't get mad anymore, but some things like, what is wrong with it? Let me read what Anthony says. You're right, Dan. It's always irked me how these calls for art work. Call it what it is, a free art giveaway. In a sense, yeah. There's another, and sometimes it's for a good cause, right? So there's an organization that does an event. They did not accept me. They didn't like my art, but whatever. It's big time, and so they give you amount of space, a certain amount of wall space, and you pay $100 or something. And if your art sells, you either get the money what your art sold for, or if your art doesn't sell, then that $100 becomes part of your donation to this organization, because they are raising funds and it is connected to helping the community outside of art, right? And that's cool. Sometimes that's cool. In cases like that, I just give a donation. Like, cool. Here we go. I got other stuff to do right now. And if your mission is to help the community this other way, then here's money so you can go do that. I forgot this Facebook over here. What's up? Okay. And so, but there's this event. Dang it. There's a couple events. There's one event actually. And it's not the one story that I had, because I forgot. I was when I looked up Anthony Carvajal's question. So by the time I review this video, I remember it's like, oh, I know what I was gonna say. But there is other cases where the calls for art, they'll accept anybody, and this happened a long time ago with the dawn of the internet and poetry. And if you submitted your poetry, you'll be considered for the submission for this book. And amazingly, everybody gets in, and then you pay $25 to get a copy of your book. So technically, it's a printing company putting books together out of all the submissions they get, and they sell the book right back to the people who wrote the poetry. So if they got 1,000 submissions, they just sold 1,000 books. And that's exactly how some of these art shows do. Is that there's two in particular that I'm thinking of now, but it's not what I had in mind earlier. In any case, they come to town. They're like, oh, we're looking for art. Artists submit. This one place, this one organization says, you're in, but we're going to give you 20 tickets that you just have to sell for $20. And the day of the show, you owe us those $400. And so now, this emerging artist who doesn't have the budget, is out there selling tickets to their family and friends who are trying to support them. Sells $20 tickets. The day of the event comes, and here's the artist, proud and happy, got the wall. They paid their $400. They have their wall. They have their artwork. And who comes? Their friends and family. They sold the $20 tickets for. But now they're in an event where drinks are $10, and if they want to support the artist, they have to buy the artwork. And of course, they're there to support that particular artist, so now they're buying artwork. So they had to pay $20 to get in to buy the artwork from an artist they already know, who they could have just bought the artwork from anyways. And the organization is all across the world, at least the United States, in every city, and they travel. And they set up these pop-ups 1 day or 2 day. There's 3 of them that I know of now that I think about it, and they make their money from the artists, not the sales of those tickets. That's how they're making the money, from the artists selling those tickets. They don't make money by selling the artwork, because the artist gets to keep all their money. So the organization doesn't care whether the artist sold art or not. All they care is that the artists sell 20 tickets at $20 each. And if they did, we got 100 artists. How much is 100 times 200? I don't know. That's 3-4 zeros. That's $2,000. Is that right? I don't know. That's not right. 200 times 10 is 2,000. Times 10 is $20,000. The venue might cost $2,000, $1,000 in alcohol, $1,000 in flyers and posters. Let's say they spent $5,000 just hanging. No, but the artist hangs their own artwork. Now they done made $15,000. They don't care if they sold the art. It's terrible. This is amazing. Tamika says, "Can you talk to all the promoters in ATL?" That's why I feel the way I feel. They make money off of the art of artists, off of the backs of artists. And so it's time for artists to demand to make to negotiate the money they're going to make. Georgie, what's up? 51% of my income might come from my art, but I wasted it all on the lotto. Well, at least you have money for your lotto, you know. Now imagine if you sold enough art that it paid all your home bills. Imagine that. That's the life that I want. Imagine that just doing this thing that I do, right? Just drawing, going about my life, being happy about drawing stuff, and it pays for my bills. Oh my gosh. What? Huh? What'd you say? Yes. Yes. Do I want to talk to other promoters in the AT? I want to talk to promoters everywhere. There's this one organization, and one time, and they used to pay me to hang up their artwork because I got so good at producing art shows, and that I got really good at hanging artwork. I know how to hang artwork really well. I can eyeball it. I don't even need a level. You know, I eyeball it. I got it. So they were paying me for 1 day of work or 2 days of hanging up the artwork. Let me see more pictures of DTM. Okay, because let's see this one. Let's get that one. And so I would come in, I would hang up the artwork, but I started hiring people, right? And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, you know, buy lunch and whatever, we'll pay for it." I was like, "Cool, of course you are." And so this is Draw Yourself Challenge. Oh my God, there it is. Maybe I should do this for real. Draw yourself. And then do a challenge. Maybe I can give away some stuff. Why not? Maybe get my wife to put up some money, to give away some money for the artists. I don't know. Find some money. I need a sponsor now. In any case, so they were paying me. So I was squeezing them hard. Like, yeah, this is how much we spent. This is how much it is. I need to go back to the hardware store. I need hanging stuff and whatever. And we were squeezing them. And then after a while, he got tired. He's like, you know, in other cities, when I'm in Miami, you know, they hang it all up and they hang up all the artwork, and it only cost me such and such. I'm like, that's great, that's cool. Maybe your Miami folks can come over here and hang the artwork here in Atlanta. And so he was a friendly guy. He's cool. We're not mad at each other. But after a while, I told him, I said, you know, it is a little scammy, you know. You're charging at the door. You're charging hanging fees. You're charging for the alcohol. I don't know if you're paying your musicians. And you're picking the cruddiest galleries Atlanta has to offer, and there's been some bad ones. And I said, and when you add it all up, you're making a lot of money. I said, at some point, you need to invest in the arts community. And he looked at his, and I had a meeting with him. We were in LA because he's from LA too. And so I was in LA hanging out one time, and we caught up with each other. And so he had invited me for breakfast. He invited me and my wife for breakfast, and there he was with one of his assistants. And we were having conversation about the business and so on, and how much money he was making. And that's when I told him that. I said, you need to get back to the arts community and help educating the artists. And so he looks at his assistants like, yes, you know, let's start scheduling an extra day in the morning of the show. Maybe Dan can do an artist talk or artist class, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool, that's a good start. But of course, nothing came out of it. And I think one more time after that, I helped with hanging of the artwork, and after that, he stopped talking to me. I don't think he's mad at me or nothing, but I think he's, you know, he knows what he wants, and he wants to take advantage of artists. 7, 8. So this is on the wrong page. This is, let's say, page 7. A lot of people make money off the arts, and I say this all the time. If you don't learn how to make money with your art, then someone else will. Someone else is gonna make money off of you. Do it. Don't break my heart. All right. I have a couple of so back to NFTs and doing your own research. Part of the process of being a professional artist, a productive artist, an artist who works on projects is relationships. That's it. You and I are having a relationship right now. You right there. Not you, not that person. You. That's funny. I'm looking at the camera. I don't know who's there. But you're listening to this right now. All of you, each and every person of you. You know, your art is valuable, your life is valuable, your talent is valuable. And right now, you and I, all of you are having a relationship. I'm sitting here talking to you, sharing my experience, sharing what I know. And hopefully I come across as someone who knows what they're talking about, and you're taking something that I'm saying to heart and say, maybe out of everything you said, 10% makes sense and I can apply it right now. And so when you follow through with your art career, it's the same thing. Anybody you talk to about your art, anyone you talk to about your talent, anyone you have a conversation, a passing glance. I see artists all the time. I always want to talk to them, and it's like, nah, they're about their business. Like on the bus, like people get off the bus, and they're an artist because they got that big bag on their shoulder, and it's the big long flat bag. It's like there's art in there. And sometimes I'm at the airport, and there's somebody drawing. I have to stop and say, hey man, what's going on? What you got there? Here's a sticker. I don't want to bother you, but that looks cool. Every time, everything is all a relationship, and that's the hard part of the art business, is that plumbers, or let's say dentists, doctors, they go to college. There's a program for the 4 years. The program for the 4 years, I'm making it up, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, residency, this and that, boom, doctor. There's steps. You can see that clearly. Those steps are there. And you know that if you start right now, 10 years from now, you're a doctor driving a Bentley or something, right? Artists is not like that. So you spend a lot of time figuring things out on your own. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. You don't know. And so that's why the responsibility of each one of us is to share so that we can all grow and learn and not spin our wheels like that, not getting things accomplished. But back to what I was saying, because I'm really quick to go off and start where I left off, where I was moving on, is that so we spend a lot of time trying to figure things out. What do I do? Who can buy my work? Where can I sell this artwork? Why is no one buying me? Why is no one picking my art? Why are they getting paid $20,000 to work on a mural here in Atlanta and not me? I don't know who gets paid 20, but somebody's getting paid a lot of money. And sometimes you feel like, why not me? And that's because you have to slowly build your relationships to a point where people know you, and now they're ready to throw money at you. And like I said, that's my story earlier with this organization. They told me, oh yeah, we take we'll do it, but we take 3 months to pay. I'm like, that's cool with me, as long as you pay me a bunch of money right now. You pay me a bunch of money right now, and the project was 2 weeks. So I got paid $5,000 for 2 weeks of work. And then 3 months later, I got $10,000. And so, but I needed some money up front. Like I had to see some money right now. And so you get into those relationships, and it's real easy for you to say it when they can see your work. So that experience happened. The way it worked out was, I know people who work at the company. The company has sponsored me in my events, and so I gotten to know some people in that company, and one of those people in that company that I already knew before the sponsorship, said, "Hey Dan, they're looking to hire somebody. I don't know if you're interested. And of course, I don't want a job. I don't want to go work somebody. But I said, yeah, I'll try it out. I was just trying to see what would happen. I actually just went, and so I set up a job interview, and I showed up. I hit up the person I was supposed to talk to. They set up a time, and I showed up. I'm like, "What's up? What's up?" And I treated it like just any casual conversation. Like, you cool, I'm cool. You know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. And I had to do a little Illustrator test. I'm like, that's nothing. Nothing. I live in Illustrator. What are you talking about? This is my world. You're in my world right now. In any case, I thought the conversation went well. I thought I did good. Who knows? In any case, I did not know, and I never done this. I don't do job interviews, and I don't have a job like that. Is that you need to send the people a thank you email, and you got to stay in touch, and the relationships. I did not know that part. So, and I didn't hear from them again. The person who had told me about the job, she's like, so they didn't follow up. Like, nah, I don't know what happened. And when I told my wife's like, but did you send them an email? Did you say thank you? Like, no, I didn't know you're supposed to do that. Nobody told me. What do I know about getting jobs? And but that's relationships. Tamika says it takes time and energy to build those relationships. It sure does. But so I didn't think of nothing of it. Later on, I did send the person who did the interview, send him a message like, hey, I appreciate the opportunity to sit down and come and hang out with you. Listen, you let me know next time you're in town and you're out, you want to come to one of my events. Let me know. I'm always doing events. I'm doing something, right? That's one thing that they didn't know about me, that I was deep into handling events. I do stuff. And so, let's save. So we stayed in touch in LinkedIn. Man, 3-4 years later, this guy has my same name. He texts me, sends me a message on LinkedIn. It's like, hey Dan, these folks in this other department, they need an illustrator, and I thought about you because you're always online, you're always streaming. It looks like you know what you're doing. And of course, he knows because I interviewed with him. I don't know if it was him in charge of giving me the job or not, but anyways, we're still cool. And so I was like, cool, man. I'm glad you like that. I appreciate it. My invitation to come hang out still stands. Let me know when. And he's like, cool. Yeah, I'll let you know. No worries. Cool. All right, let there be. It's on page C6, 7, 8, 9. Page 9. So he had told me, he gave me the phone number, and the email address for these people. So, that evening, I went ahead and sent them an email. I was like, hey, my name is Dan. This other Dan told me about your project and told me that you guys are looking for someone of my skills. This is what I do. Here's my portfolio. Here's my links. I get down. Let me know if what the project is about, and I would love to work with you. That's 6, 5. So that's 3. Yeah, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it is gonna be okay. I'm trying to add this up. And so the next morning I'm like, well, check emails, make sure that I don't miss nothing. And no, they didn't email me. I was like, all right, cool. So I wait till midday, and I don't hear nothing. I should have a vector of this somewhere. So I'll find it. Oh yeah, there's some. And so by middle of the afternoon after lunch, I'm like, well, it's long enough for them to have said something. At least say, no, thanks, Dan. We appreciate you, but no, thanks. So it's another project that I want to bring to another platform. And so since they didn't say nothing, I said, well, maybe they're busy or they haven't seen my email, being optimistic. So I called. I started calling numbers. Oh, yes. Come on. Messed that up. Where was it? was with my DTM. It closed. I pressed paste and it closed. Dang it. Where'd it go? Oh, I know what it is. I know what it did. I did it wrong. It didn't close. I pasted. And so I called. So I got on the phone. They were there. They're like, I'm like, hey, my name is Dan. Dan told me about you and said, hey, I should get in touch with you. I sent you an email. This is the information that included in my email so that you can find my email and let me know if did I miss a response or are you guys moving on? Oh no, you're perfect, Dan. We need you. They looked at the email. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Yes, we need you, please, and let's talk. And so we get to talking, and they tell me about the project. I'm like, yeah, I know how to do it. Yes, I can do it. Can you do it in 2 weeks? And it's like, yeah, I can do it in 2 weeks. I have to charge you. And like, how much? And I tell them, and that's when we get into the, that adds up to $15,000. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't do the math. Just adding up the stuff you say you want. They're like, okay, but we'll do it, but we have a net 90 for our invoices. And I said, that's cool with me as long as you pay $5,000 right now. You pay $5,000 today. You go on my calendar. I knock this out in 2 weeks, and I'll wait on the rest for 90 days. They're like, let's go. Man, that $5,000 hit the bank that afternoon in the day. Bam. Like, whoa. Now I got to get to work. Oh, my God. That is built on relationships. They knew the person who sent me. They trusted the person who sent me. The person who sent me trusted me, and they knew me. They met me in person. We were friendly. I didn't get the job, but that's cool. Maybe they had somebody else who was a better fit. Great. Not all things are for you, right? But we stayed in touch through the years that he saw my progression and going hard on this. So by the time this opportunity came up, he's like, I know the guy. I know this guy. And said it with such conviction that by the time I got there, I did not have to pitch him my skills and say, put me in, coach. Relationships. Axel, you are a true artist to my definition because an artist speaks always truth. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yep. An artist shall always speak the truth. Not all artists do, but they should. We should. I appreciate that. I want to put a background on this one. That's the full bleed thing. Said I wasn't. You're never gonna get it. But I'm doing it. Because I like that blue and gray. I remember this now. This is because those are the Dodger colors. That's the part of the business that we're talking about. And I'm gonna circle back to the Fiverr conversation. And the doxing, right? Okay. When you start and let's do the doxing part in NFT as part of the NFT, right? But it goes beyond NFT. NFT is just another marketplace. It's just like Whole Foods versus Sprouts. That's it. Walmart. Of course, there's different qualities between Walmart and Sprouts, but I'm just saying it's just a different marketplace. Target, TJ Ross. Is it TJ Ross? Something Ross. Is it? I forget how it's called. TJ Maxx and then Ross. It's not TJ Ross. That's crazy. That might be a cool store. It's the same store. We all know it's the same store. They're just different marketplaces. That's all. And so it is an art gallery versus the museum. Well, museum is not so much a business of art, but they sell the access to looking at the art. Versus an art shop versus a well-known gallery, small gallery, group art show versus illustration, design, clients and and corporate clients and mom and pop stores, logos, illustrations, flyers, CD covers, all of that. It's all the same fundamentals. The fundamentals are the same. And that is, you must be known. You must be known. The first thing that needs to be known is that the talent is there for the art. That's it. Is the talent there for the art? Is it? First, we got to talk about that. There's a lot of NFT art that's like, who did that? Who did that? And as I mentioned this earlier, like I want to be good at what I do, not the best. There's a ton of other people who are better than me. There's people right now in that chat who are better than me. Let me look in Discord. Everybody doesn't live, but there's people in that Discord better than me. So it's not that I want to be the best. I just want to be good. Well, I put in the time to be good. I want to be really good. And then there's some NFT artists like they did not try. Like there was no try here. I'm not gonna talk about that dude and his friends. But it's like, my man, you ain't even an artist. No one ever accused you of being an artist. You never accused yourself of being an artist. And then you're gonna come in and like, because you did the research, you're gonna sell us this junk. Like, where is your pride? Where is the desire to be good at this? Nah, you're good at selling, and you're just here to sell that. You're here to sell that. But as an artist, one who cares about their work, you must start with the art talent. Where's it at? Skill. It's interchangeable, but they're not the same thing. You either are born with talent. I was drawing before I understood what drawing was. And I was trying to be good before I even knew there were people who were good. Ooh, I like that one. So, that's not even need for this. That's for the Azteca Moderno. Let's save it now. Save it now where it belongs. Because it's here. Before I knew what the business was, I wanted to be a good artist. And so it came naturally. What do I need to learn next? I can do it. What do I need to do that? I can. What does that artist do? I can do it. I just started building up and strengthening my natural talent. And when you build up, you build up skills. So that's the advantage that a person who's born with talent has over a person who's not born with talent, is that they have the foundation part that's just part of them. But art is not limited to just those who have talent, because if you can build your skills, you can make the art as great as that who was born with natural talent. And sometimes that's better, because those who are born with natural talents sometimes get lazy. They're like, it's great. Whatever I do is great. Michael Vick. Allen Iverson. I'm good. I can do this. What do I care about practice? I'm on the field. I'm on the court, and it's natural to me. And then those who are not natural, they're training every day because they don't want to miss their time. Right? They don't want to miss their cue. They don't want to miss that move. All right, so there we go. Foundation. So this Alpha creates creative work. Change the name a little bit. And but the point is that there's a definition for talent that's different than a definition for skills, but they all go together. Everybody needs to build skills. Everyone. There's no way out of it. But you don't need talent to get started to building your skills. However, those with us a talent is just somehow pick it up a little easier. Natural. 2 years old, you're drawing pictures, you're like, whoa, that's the person who can draw. My 6-year-old grandson talking about animals, and he knows all the names of the animals in the world, all of them already. Of course, he also knows all the Pokemons. But he everything that we do with him is geared towards zoos and veterinarian stuff. He wants to take care of animals. So it's like you kind of already see like where their talent is pulls into. In any case, the next thing you want to take up when it comes to any art career, NFT or otherwise, is your history and your experience, which becomes your provenance. Like, who are you? Where you been? What do you know? Well, I'm Dan. I've never been to college or high school or school, except for high school. Well, there's another Aztec. Hmm. Um, but I've been drawing all my life, and I got tons of artwork, tons and tons of artwork. So even though on these walls there aren't any degrees whatsoever, and I have no certifications, no awards, no nothing. I don't care about that. I care about my talent, like my art. Like I got it. I've worked on projects. I got stuff. So let's name this. And that's where my history and experience comes into play. No, I don't have a degree, but yes, I have experience. I have a ton of experience. What you gonna do about it? That was 2020. Quatlicame. 2021. Yep, that was it. 2021. Goddess. And so then your story, your history, your artist statement, and your bio become part of that talent, that information that goes with the talent, that lines up the talent, that lines up the skills, and says, "Oh, this person knows what they're doing," and there's a portfolio for backup. This is why I say streaming is very important for artists, visual artists, because this is when you hear me talking, and hopefully I don't sound too dumb, but there'll be some nuggets of, oh, there's the DTMverse. Oh my God, that's it. I was looking for that. There'll be some moments where it's like, oh, that makes sense, and it's not necessarily to convince anyone of anything. It's just for those art directors, project managers, there's the other word, creative directors, that's the word, who are like, whoa, Dan knows what he's talking about, and he's got the skills, and he sounds like he can respond and produce and finish a project all the way. All of that lines up together. And so through art, talent, history, experience creates provenance, and then you have a cause, a purpose for why you create, and that's where the artist statement comes in. Like, why do you do this? If someone was to ask you, yeah, that's it, DTM bearded. Someone was to ask you, what does it mean, Dan? Which one? Which one? Because they all have meanings. And then I have, let me see, where's my, this is my Evernote. Notes and notes and notes and notes and notes and notes and notes. Oh my God, how many notes do I have? Could I find out? How could I find out? That's my account. That's home right there. How many notes do I have? Don't say. I'm sure there's a way to find out. Hey, everything this last NFT I minted, all right, on Foundation, I wrote out a description of that one particular NFT. I wrote out a fresh new description to the collection. I went ahead and created a blog spot. I created a Behance portfolio for it. Everything, like, boom. I know what I'm talking about. I know my cause. I know my purpose. I know why I'm here. Why do I need to do this? Why does this matter? If you are an anonymous person running an NFT project, if you're an anonymous person doing fine art, maybe it works for you. Maybe, you know, who's that guy? Who is that guy that does those murals and nobody knows? Banksy. maybe you are a Banksy. Maybe, maybe you got something to say that's so intense that nobody needs to know who you are. That's cool. Because you can be a wife beater. You can be a dang cheater. You can be dang world villain, superpower. What do you call it? A world leader villain. You can be Putin if you want to. And but what you got to say is so important that we don't need to know who you are. Okay, maybe that works. I don't know if that works for everybody. I know it doesn't work for me. And of course, I am a talker, so I don't mind being out in front about it. But I have a cause, I have a purpose. And so when you add all those things together, that's the part of the business of art that's tough for artists to master. I'm still learning. 20 years later, 10 years after I started to share what I know with Artist King and the Black Book Project. No, the Black Book Conversations. It's the Black Book Conversations. Yeah, I forgot. That's a long time ago we started that. I'm still learning a ton of stuff to this day. It's like I need to get better. I need to get better. I need to learn more. I need to know more. I need to earn more. I need to make more money. I need to get higher paying clients. I need to tell artists about what's going on. Don't get taken. I have to. That's my purpose. That's my cause. Some people hit me up. They're like, "Damn, we're gonna protest such and such." Like, that's cool. You want the Washington football team to change their name. That's cool. I get it. But I already have my cause. My cause is the artists, the art community. That's my cause. I want to see artists succeed. I want to see artists get paid. I want to see artists to feel good about their talent, about their work, about the stuff that they do. Like, yes, man. Yes. Yes. Give the artist some money. It's okay. It wasn't me. It's all right. Because when we see artists succeed and thrive, then you get to thrive also. And slowly, we're going to get rid of people who are taking advantage of artists. Because everywhere they turn, the artist says, pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me, pay me. And after a while, people are like, I don't know. It's like this craziness about nobody wants to work. People want to work. They don't want to work for $7 an hour. When you know you can pay them 20. All right? It's not that people don't want to work, it's that they want to get paid what they deserve. Artists. That's how we want people to feel about artists. Like, artists don't want to work. Yes, they do. They just don't want to work for nothing. You have to engage in relationships that are going to help you thrive in your art career to the point where all your financial needs are met. Not the wants, the needs. Your financial needs are met. And man, that's all I want to see with artists. That's all I want. If anybody can let Santa Claus know that Dan, for Christmas, he wants artists to get paid and thrive. Let's see. The rest of the things. Thank you. Tamika says you're giving a whole art biz class tonight. It's good. Thank you. And Axel says, because we need you. I appreciate it. Axel has a question before I go around to the rest of the things. Answer the off-topic question. No problem. What does the ankh around your neck means to me? Okay. You got to have knowledge of self. That's it. You have to, whatever that is, you have to have a spiritual part of yourself, whatever that is. I'm not here to preach one way or the other. Those are not that. My passion is the business of art and artists and thriving artists. Okay, so I don't get into conversations about anything else. But I on my neck I have ashes of my mother. That's it right there. She passed away 2 years ago, and so I got a little bit of ashes here. She always wanted to travel. And she traveled a little, but out of necessity. Whereas now, wherever I go, she goes. And then I have a piece of PCB board here. Stands for technology. There's a scene in Nacho Libre, and Nacho saying something about believing in God, and then the helper, the skinny weird guy, says, "I believe in science." I thought that was hilarious. Wink, wink. So I love technology, and so I was breaking down a laptop once, and this piece was loose, and I was like, I don't know what that is, but it's a little PCB board. It has some little thingamajigs there. It's like, cool, I'm gonna put that on. And I had a little extra piece of chain. I was like, let's put it on there. Bam. And I love Nacho Libre. It's hilarious. I need to watch it now that I mentioned it. Yeah, that boy is crazy. Then the Ankh. I've had this Ankh for over 20 years. 20 years. And this chain. This is a silver chain. This is a silver Ankh. And it's not left my neck in 20 years. I don't know when I bought it. I can't recall. I'm not into jewelry. I do have my wedding ring, and that's it. I do have a watch that I wear every now and then. And but yeah. Oh, and then my rings. I guess I do have jewelry. Earrings. But my Ankh, I did a lot of studying, a lot of esoteric studying. It was something I was saying earlier today that made me think about Albert Camus and existentialism. I was just not going to mention it. You should have the philosophy that supports the life you want to live. And so I have my philosophies, and they support the life that I want to live. Not only that, but they empower me and allow me to give back. So in my spiritual journey, the Ankh was very much a part of it. To me, it stands for eternal life. There's a whole knowledge thing that goes with it. This is another one. And there's a whole bunch of math that I had to share that goes along with it. But I'm just gonna say it stands for eternal life to me. And that's what I want I don't know if I want to live forever. I want my art to live forever. I want my work to live forever. I want it not even forever, to transcend my time. I want what our artists want, immortality. We're still talking about Van Gogh and Michelangelo, and they've been dead a long time. That's what I want. I want people to talk about Dan, and Dan's been gone a long time. I want people to say whatever all the comments are right now in the chat. I want people to say that 20 years from now about me. I wanted to say, Dan was breaking it down. That's what I want. And so that's what eternal life means to me. That's what the Ankh means to me. And that's an old Egypt symbol. First letter of the alphabet means the life, and the one around my neck too. I have one around my neck too. There you go. Good answer. Good answer. I have my name and an Egyptian phonetic alphabet on my leg. It says Daniel. But then my name is Daniel. Let's go a little deep for a second. Which means only the Lord is my judge, right? I was in the church for a long time. And so if the name Daniel means the Lord is my judge, Tupac said, only God can judge me. Tupac was Gemini. So there you go. You want to take it there? I'll take it there. But yeah, don't necessarily talk about it. But yeah, Daniel means only God could judge me. None of y'all. That means none of y'all. Just the God. So there you go. A little off topic. Thank you for the question. Appreciate it. Skeletor, Nacho, great movie. Oh, that's right. That's what they call him. Yeah, that was hilarious. I never looked up and see why he chose to do a movie like that. Nacho Libre, but that's very Mexican. I was a kid in Mexico. Lucha Libre is like it's like the Marvel universe, DC universe all together in real life. Of course, we know it. Luchadores are not Spider-Man and they're not Batman, but I know what I here. But the mythology around it, let me see, I'm trying to do path. There it is. Outline stroke. But the amount of hype and how involved the country is in around lucha libre is about as hype as people get about anything that's in the movies today. Literally, like folks are really, really hype about it. They go off on it, and that's cool. It's what we do. It's how we do. It's how we do it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. I will do what I can to set your soul free in the afterlife. All right, that's cool. I appreciate it though. I appreciate it. I think it's gonna take more than what you can do, but I don't think it's bad. I'm just saying. La mascarita sagrada. Yes. Yes. What's up, Misty? Hello. Hope everything is going well. Yes. We are doing well. Thank you for joining us. We've just been going off a little bit here and working on my book. This is let's get back to what we're talking about. This is my book. Let me see. Control S to save. Let's zoom out. It's a book that's in the cloud, Creative Cloud. It is Thoughts, Rhymes, and Times. I have another title that I used to use before. It was The Life and Crimes of DTM. But right now when I was writing it out, I was thinking about the low end theory. Who was that? Tribe Called Quest. And there's another song. Was it a song or an album that says something about times? Let's see. Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Yeah. And I was like, oh snap. And so I wanted to come up with something that sounded cool. That's what I made up. But who knows? Maybe I change it later. But right now, this is a 96-page book. I have a project on Behance. Let me go ahead and grab. There it is. Tribe Called Quest. I looked it up real quick. I have a project on Behance that I was talking about a little bit. And it is my DTMverse right here. There it is, the DTMverse. And so that's what the book is about. This is what I thought would be good for the cover. But I don't know. I just drew it for fun. But this is all different drawings of myself. And I'm going through my Illustrator files to pull all the vectors that I have, and anything that I don't have in vector, I will finish it in vector so that I can add it to the book. But I have a project here. Look at that. That was super amazing when I did that. I thought I was doing something. Like, yes, got the professional logo there with the Mexican flag colors. And so I just threw this together as a way to show that when you are exploring your creativity and trying out different art styles, then do it. Do it with your face. That sounded crazy. Do it with your face. Draw it with your face. Need to have a pencil You can draw with your face. Use your face as a reference to build up your character design skills. That's what it's about. Use your face, use your likeness. Let's go ahead and type that out. I could do it on the, let me see. Let me put it right here. Use your likeness. There it is. Edit. All the face, boom, boom, boom. Draw myself, boom, boom, boom. Use your likeness to practice character, and explore for art style. Boom. That's my advice. Boom. There it is. And then go like that. DTMverse. And you know, it sounds crazy, right? Because it has a couple meanings. Number one, the metaverse, right? So when you add the word verse to anything, it's like metaverse, the Sketchyverse, the Skullyverse, and there's a bunch of other verses out there. But when you say the word verse, it also could stand for, like, you know, verses and chapters of the Bible. Not that this is a comparable to the Bible, but I'm just saying it's like using the same kind of word reference. Yeah, I like that. I like that update project. Boom. And so when I'm finished with this, or when I'm at some level, I may make it available for download for free. You know, because it's more of a passion thing than something I'm gonna make money. Don't let me catch anyone trying to make money with art, off my art. No, no, no. Ooh. So, but yeah, that's it. That's the idea, is to at least make it a project that I can have fun with. I have other projects on my Behance that I had fun with. There it is. Let's go back to my projects. And this is something else right here. Let's see. Work. Tamika says, this is great advice. Draw with your face to practice styles. Will do. Yes, that's right. Dan, different styles really forces you to go out of your comfort zone and explore. Correct. Odari says, challenge yourself by drawing yourself. There you go. Those are all good quotes. Let me go ahead and grab that. Let me see. But that one's my advice, right? Draw with your face to practice your styles. So that's another way I said it. And then Anthony Carvajal. I'm copying this and I'm gonna add it to my book and I'll give y'all. Let me go ahead and right click to open your pages so I can add you to my thing. But let me see. There was something else I was saying. Projects. I was gonna say. Oh yeah. There's a couple of projects here that have downloads for free. I think the Adobe Max 2020 has it. You might break my iPad if I draw my face, says Garrett Williams. Hey, go for it. I don't care. It ain't my iPad. Oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. 100 pencils. This is a project that I did out of passion. Of course, Adobe did give me money because who like that? Adobe Creative Residency 2020. And so I put together a coloring book, right? And so there's a whole bunch of markers and stuff. That's my stash. Got more than that. And some sketches and working with Adobe Illustrator on the iPad. And so I did all these pages. Let's go. And then if you get far down enough, you can download the individual JPEG pages or download the PDF version. It's free. And then I made a poster. I was trying to do something. I don't really feel like it came out, but I'm cool with it for now. It's a passion project. I can come back to it. Might do something. All right, let's go back here, edit, and put in my boom, bam, boom, boom, bam, boom, boom. That's go down. There it is. Let's go some text right there. Paste it. Anthony, great advanced advice. Tamika's great advice. Will do. Sorry, challenge yourself. See that? I did that. Let's see. Odari. Let's go ahead and copy his Behance and boom, link it. Done. There it is. Odari. Tamika. Let's go get Tamika. Copy. Boom. See, this is these are community projects, man. You know, one thing I didn't mention yesterday. We're gonna get back to the conversation in a minute. One thing I didn't mention yesterday, Anthony. I like your avatar still. I like those the glasses and stuff. It didn't mention yesterday is that, you know, with my NFT experience, you know, I bring artists with me. 10 artists worth with me on the NFTs. One of them was already an NFT collector. So 9 of us became NFT artists and collectors. The NFT collector became an artist, NFT artist, through the experience of the Skully Series. So, you know, that's what I mean about working together, building the community, not taking advantage of anyone. That's crazy. There was another story about somebody else, and I was gonna mention that, and I forgot it. And but today, the one I saw today was terrible. I was like, man, I can't even be connected. And I don't know them in person. I just met them through the experiences of live streaming on Facebook. But it's like, if that's your attitude, that to be the boss, you have to exploit artists, that's nuts. I can't, I want to say something to them, but people end up mad, taking things the wrong way. And I might not even say it right. I might get too heated. And I've said stuff to people on online. I tell them, it's like, yeah, I hope you're paying the artist. Oh, all right. Big ups to Lord Yada, my man in the house. What up? What up? Odari says, by the way, hello everyone, lurking, working, and been listening the whole time to Real Talk with DTM. You're now listening to Real Talk with DTM. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. I'm gonna have more like a theme song like the Law and Order. Dun, 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 dun. Bow, 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 bow. All right, back to research, and that's not just with the NFTs. That's with the business of art. Exploiting people does not make you successful. It just makes you a jerk. Yes, Misty, it does. Yes, it does. That's what we're all rallying against. Do not exploit people. And I'm gonna touch on that at the end of this. What artists do, and what I have been doing, and what I've been talking about this whole time, is building relationships. You build relationships so that people can trust you with, there's something here, with trust you with their project and hand you the money that you deserve. Dang, I might have to just project one. Oh, Azteca calendar. I did that. That was available for download for a while up here in Behance, but I turned it to subscribers only. It's the vector file. I did this. I made that. Feel like, you know, that's what happens when you do so many different projects and you move one project to the next and the next and the next. It's like, oh my God, I can do something. This is gonna be for my Aztec thing. Let me go ahead and go back, save as, and save it. Boom, boom. Save it on the foundation. Okay, so what I'm trying to get across is that it takes a lot to be a working artist. It takes a lot to be a successful working artist, and a lot of it has to do with you as the person. So when you come across projects that don't have a real person that you can identify, it's kind of hard to trust. So at very few times has that worked out to someone's benefit, and I don't even know what kind of life Banksy is living. Who knows if he's rich or poor? I don't even. Does anybody know who he is? I'm not up to date. Maybe people already know, and I don't know. In any case, in order to make it as successful as an artist successfully, whatever your definition of success is and what you want out of life, you have to put in a lot of yourself. And so going through in order for companies and individuals to trust that they're investing in you, then that means that they have to know who you are. And when some of these NFT projects come up and you don't know who they are, you don't know who are these people behind this this project. Are they? Oh, I did it wrong. It's okay. If you don't know who is the artist, why do we not know who the artist of this particular project is? And they hide behind avatars and usernames. It's kind of hard to trust them. It's hard to trust them. So I advise against investing in projects that promise a high return when you don't know who's behind these projects. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they're about. You don't know how that you can count on somebody. If my project, if my artwork, and you're my client and my artwork is not right, you can say, Dan, let's work on this, let's fix this, let's do that. I'm like, cool, let's do it. But if you don't know who to talk to about what it is that just went down, then you're gonna get left holding the bag, literally. And so to me, with any project, NFT, high art, low bro, or otherwise, you need to be ready to share your story, your history, your experience, your cause, your purpose. And the personal part, which is, and I was listening to a Clubhouse conversation today. I hadn't been in Clubhouse in a minute, and then I happened to look, and boom, it's like, oh, this is exactly what I've been thinking about. That was the conversation: doxed versus undoxed NFT projects. And some people were saying, well, they want to hide behind an avatar because of racism, because of sexism, ableism, and all these things that are part of society that keep some of us behind. And for a long time, I keep preaching, you have to be nice, you have to smile, you have to be pleasant to be around if you want to be able to build good relationships, because sometimes you will be judged by your looks immediately. The moment you walk in the room, and if you look like some type of stereotype, any which way, any little bit, they're going to judge you, boom. And just like that, you don't have access. Just like that, you do not get the contract. Just like that, you don't get the opportunity to prove yourself. And so I understand how some people feel that they have to hide behind particular avatars, particular profile names, because when you get to know the real person, the judgments, the people's judgments will be too strong to fight back. I get it. That is true. I can believe it. Which is why we have to go hard with all of these other parts that overcome the judgments. I'm born and raised in East LA. Bad Dan hours. This is what this. I come from the 80s, the 70s and the 80s were tough. They were crazy. I had to fight my way through 2 neighborhoods to get to school. If I wanted to go to school. Gangs did not make it easy. But I can't. I don't want to use that as an excuse of why I can't succeed. Or a reason, not an excuse. It's a reason. It's a real reason. I don't want to use that as a reason why I'm not allowed to succeed. And for a long time, I was angry. I was really angry at, in the 80s, there was this TV show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And I mean, right now we can see all the decadence and excess in society. We see it, you know. Kim Kardashian said something about people need to go back to work, like as if she ever had a job. Like, what are you talking about? You never had no job? I guess modeling can be a job, but I don't think you know what the hell you're talking about. In any case, um, there's many reasons that can keep you back, but don't let that be the reason. Make that the reason why people want to support you. Make that the reason why people want to see you succeed. Not because you had a hard upbringing, but because you overcome. You have overcome. Not only that, not only have you overcome, you're also an inspiration to someone else. Someone else who comes where you come from. Just like we look at other artists who come before us and be like, whoa, they made it. If they can make it, then I can make it. And the more I talk about my experience, the more you feel like you can make it. Yes, yes, yes. Share that story. Inspire someone else. Let someone else know that, you know what, man, it's tough out here. It's tough. Hard out here for a pimp. But it can be done. That's how I feel about it. That's my unpopular opinion. But if you really go hard with the other part of the art life outside of your talent, which is the business, you can find success. I believe it. I believe anyone can find success. Come on. All right. Last things I want to say is appreciate you taking the time to sit here. Leave a thumbs up, a like if you feel. Leave a comment, question, or suggestion in the chat. Thank you very much for listening to me to rant and rave. I had a lot to talk about today. It's on today's agenda, but I drew on Fresco a little bit. I'm organizing my art files in Fresco and Illustrator. I did share the link, and it's up there on the streamer's announcement on joining the community email. Join the community email because Discord was down yesterday for a while. You know, it's outages and things happen. That's the internet. But, you know, sometimes you feel like that's not coming back on. We spent a lot of time together, building together for us to fall apart because some part of the internet doesn't want to work. So my idea is that if we have a community connected through email, not that I'm going to email you anything just yet or that I want to, it's just, I'm just saying I want us to be able to find a way to get in touch back with you. If something was to happen to Behance or YouTube, Facebook, whatever, you're like, what happened to Dan? Where's Dan at? Boom. Dan's going to send you an email and be like, hey, I'm cool. Everything's all right, but here's where we are now. Okay, cool. Now you can show up. That's what that's for. So click on that ePearl link. For some reason, it's not working. It doesn't look like it's hot, so you have to click on copy and paste into your browser. And I can actually put it right here. Let me keep up with the sketchbook. And that should have been on this here. There it is. Bam. Let me go ahead. Yeah, it's still not showing as hot. It's okay. But it's in the description of the video now. I just added it. Check out my latest projects on Behance, the DTMverse Project, Draw Your Face. I think I am going to find a way to make that a draw this in your style type of thing. I don't know. Draw your face. Check out Azteca Moderno on Behance. I just added that project too. Let me see. I'm done here. This has been a lot of work. Oof. Sitting here talking, focused, and then working on these. It's a lot of work. Yes, Misty, are going to draw more trains. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. We are going to draw more trains. So check out that project. I should have listed that one too. I was going to close this app so I can get around it. Let me see. Where's that? Nope. All right, let's go over here. Let's see. We do have the train project. Download the templates. Let's go over here. There's the trains right there. Look at that. Trains and graffiti. Choo, chop, 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 choo, or choo, choo. And I made available all these templates that you can draw onto these trains. We have a lot of submissions. If you draw on a train, send me a screenshot or a JPEG of the image, and I will add it here to look. Choo choo, a whole bunch of trains, and I gotta add a few more because I've been getting a few more tagged in them. So far, this is the art. This is the artists who've submitted their train. Submit your train artwork to myself or on the Discord, and you can download. Oh, where they go? Download the templates all the way down here. I don't know why they're all the way down here. That's crazy. In the case, they're all the way at the bottom of the screen. It says transparent, train template, PDF, Illustrator, PSD, and the blueprint. So that transparent PNG was provided by Gareth. Choo choo. You're right. It's cool. So yeah. So check out that project. So there it is. Just go through my. Let me move that up because that is important. Let me go here. I got a lot of things going on. Let's see. This goes right there. Everything is important. So weekly streams on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. Vector Maestros is my subscription only streams. Then we have the DTMverse on my face, and then the Azteca Moderno NFTs on Foundation website. The Sketchy and the Sketchyverse NFTs and comic coming up that we've been all contributing to. Now I have to sit down and work it out. Art Life all day, characters from my Art Life comic, and then the Skully Series, which we've been battling really hard, but it looks like we finally made it through. They deleted all the artwork. Now I've been blocked. Oh, that was a different. I wasn't blocked before. Let me see. I know. Let me see. It was there it is. I can still see it. I wasn't blocked. I don't know why it showed up like that. Anyways. We succeeded in this other NFT project to stop using our Skullies. It worked out. That's all right. There they are. Look, let me show you. These guys. And look, they still have one of the Skullies here. And so they're called Royale _ Skullies. Before they were called Skully _ Soul. I put in takedown requests with Twitter, and they changed their name. But then yesterday, I was in a conversation with the person running this, and it sounded like they were cool, but they did not stop using the Skullies until the middle of today. Then they stopped. And look, so now they deleted all their tweets, and except for this one. So this one has 510 responses, and if you click on it, you can see some of my responses. Stolen art, original art by Delta Tango Mike, available now. So I made sure that I dropped messages in as many places as I could, and but they have changed their artwork, and they don't have a link to the Discord anymore. They did have one up there, and the website is non-existent. So yeah, it's done. This is over. Goodbye. Done with that. Good night, everybody. Thank you for being here. I do want to talk about the Sketchyverse and the Sketchyverse Roadmap. We'll get to that another day. In the meantime, thank you. Appreciate all of you for being here. We had Dari, Bree, and Garrett on the Discord. Tamika, Odari, Misty, Anthony, Axel. 2 different Axels. Oh, it looks like the same Axel. Changed different names. Danette, appreciate you. Georgie, I thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Lord God, I'm on, man. Word up. Let's see who all was in here. Halal, how you doing? Paloma, I appreciate you. We're gonna talk about that Fiverr a little deeper because it's something that we all need to solve together. Tawana, thank you for being here, Mom the Artist. Somebody with the Chinese name, I'm sorry, I do not know how to read Chinese. I don't know how I even would say your name. CJ Woods, SLP Price, Monica Henson. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good night. Until next time, I am DTM. Find me anywhere on the internet. Delta Tango Mike. Draw Dwaley 2022. Oh, there goes Easy E right there. Look, Easy E. Nickname Easy E. I can't say. Have a good night, y'all. Peace out.